Yo,
Yo, hey,
hey,
check, 1, 2.
check
What's
one,
up?
two.
Hey. All right,
Hey,
we're here,
oh,
we're
this is in
live.
frame. We're
How's everybody
live.
doing? I can see you all, you're all very upset with Geeb. I'm very upset with him too. He made us late. What are we, 3 minutes late now? Absolute crap.
I'm a.
Hope it was for a good reason. Would you like to share with the class
I,
what took you so long?
well, I want to keep my beer of the week a secret, but it was because I was going to get
Okay,
my beer of
all
the
right.
week.
All right, fair enough. Late boys are here. What's up, Samantha? Gels, Mega Boyd, Isaac. Who else is here? How do you say that? Ohm Dome? I hope that's how you say it,
I'm
because
not
that's
even,
awesome.
not even looking at chat.
Um,
Sorry, chat.
yeah, dude, we're back. This is nice.
Yeah,
This is nice. I
back to
feel like
back
we
to
had that
normal.
really nice one the one week when you were here, and then, you know, you started building your arc and stuff. So
Yeah, yeah.
we're
My
busy,
freaking power went out at
busy.
for like 4 days,
Yeah,
three
yeah.
nights,
We'll
3 days and
get
three
into it once
nights.
we actually
Yeah,
start. But man,
yeah.
that I was so ready to do the podcast last week, and we may get into Disney movies. We're going to talk about a bunch of stuff tonight. We've got some interesting topics. We have a secret surprise guest, and it's not Chauncey. I'm sorry, it is not Chauncey.
It's not. That's not we.
Chauncey
That's not what I signed up
is
for.
he's he's too expensive. I mean, he his list of demands to be on camera is way too long, and I can't meet them. So he's not going to be with us tonight. He's actually upstairs.
Makes me sad. He's so quiet, dude. He's so quiet. He wouldn't even bother if he barked the loudest bark that he could produce. It wouldn't even bother the audio. Like he's so quiet.
I
He's
think it would.
it's not, no.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not.
He's. I love how you get so mad at him, but he's like just like
Because
I'm a.
he
I'm
just
not a
does all
nuisance.
these
I'm just
things.
slightly annoying.
I'm telling he's not he's fine. Cuz like you saw, he minds his own business. It's not like he just like, you know,
Yeah,
he just minds his own business, man. We just kind of coexist. But sometimes like when I'm here streaming, if he's
yeah.
not out there, he's right here and he makes that noise. And he just stares at me. I'm like, "Oh my god. No. No."
He's more
And I'm
distracting than
trying to like
anything.
ignore it, and I can just hear it coming through my microphone into my headphones, and I'm like, dude, no,
Oh
you have
my
to
god.
stop. All right. Anyway, let's get this started.
Yeah.
Let's get it going.
The intro is slightly altered. It should be the same amount of time. So let's
Okay, we'll see. Do you guys think G will actually get the intro right? I bet he messes up.
so
I
the
bet
only
he's gonna mess up.
I didn't actually fix. Let me look. I'm looking over what I wrote again. Sorry, stream. This is the insider stuff. You don't listen to this on the audio. You just get this for the stream. The parts where we don't speak and we're just looking at each other.
And the live. Or I'm sorry, yeah, the live and the video
Yeah,
version
yeah,
on the other channel,
that's right.
which we should actually talk about right now. If you guys aren't um, subscribed to the second channel, the podcast channel, you need to do that.
Yes. YouTube. I'll say it in the intro, but it's youtube.com/dripjeeb. There's no drip. There's
Yes,
no and. It's just drip jeeb.
correct.
Okay.
So do that. All right, you ready?
Yeah. This is gonna be one where I'm looking at my phone. Sorry, my eyes are gonna
Okay,
go
here we go. I'll be quiet. I'll be quiet.
down. Just
Concentrate.
look really happy and excited, and right in the dead eyes of the camera. Or not. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna do it. Hey guys, welcome everyone to the episode 11 of the Drip and Jeeb podcast. I'm your host, Uncle Jeeb, and with me is host Drip Media Gaming. We record this podcast live over on youtube.com/Drip Media Gaming every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can listen to this podcast on Apple, Spotify, Google, or anywhere you can find a podcast. You can also watch our podcast on youtube.com/DripJeeb. On today's episode, we're going to be talking some Pokemon, some Soulja Boy news, weirdly. I can't believe we're talking
Yes.
about that. And we have
No, it's worth it.
a surprise special guest. So with that being said, what's up, Drip? How you doing, man?
I'm doing fantastic, man. I'm doing great. I've had a really, really good week, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. I've been very productive this week. I got a video out a day early. Um,
Ooh,
and the video's actually performing well. So that's also good. I love it when that happens.
that is great
What else
news.
did I do? I have another video recorded, done. Like if I didn't want to record anything for next, I don't even have to. But guess what? I'm going to because
You're an
I'm just an
overachiever.
overachiever
That's
now.
who you are.
That's what I am. As of this week, I'm an overachiever. So, you know, that's my life has changed. I reach for the stars now instead of just, you know, whatever's lower than that. I don't know. But it has been a good week. I haven't really done much other than uh sit here. This has been my week. I did go down to the studio. I went down to the old studio and shot some photos,
Yeah.
some like product photos.
Oh, that's beautiful. Are you getting back into
It,
that? The photography?
yeah. Um, well, the problem was I just didn't have a lot of work in that area, but it seems like it's starting to come back, which is great.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's not that you
I
stopped, it's that you didn't have the ability to continue.
But I'll be honest, I needed a break from it so badly, so badly.
Yeah.
I was so burnt out on taking pictures of, bottles of e-juice and bags of CBD or like whatever, man. Like so sick
Oh,
of doing
I
it,
get
man.
that.
Because
I
it was
get that,
so
man.
day after I literally did that for 5 years. So it's like I've taken almost a full year's break. And I went down there yesterday and finished up the rest of what I had to do. And it's kind of nice. I'll drop some of the photos in Discord after the podcast. But yeah, it was nice. Other than
Awesome.
that, I mean, I've that's all I've done. I've just worked really hard this week.
Yeah.
Feels good. What about you?
Work as well. The new job is going great. I actually started new hours, so like I'm actually going into work at 7 a.m. and leaving at noon, which is it's the same amount of hours that I was doing. But
That's crazy because I go into work at like noon.
well, I
And
was going
stop
into
at
work.
like 7 p.m.
I was going into work at like 10:30 and leaving at 3:30. And he the my
Oh,
my
yeah.
my I almost said my associate. I don't have any associates. My what do you call him? He's not my boss. He's what's the word? I had the word and I lost it.
Coworker.
Coworker, sure. I mean, he's in charge, but he's not, he's not my boss.
So wait.
My superior, if you will.
So wait, he's your superior.
Yeah.
He's in charge.
He's like in
But
his
he's not. But wait. But he's not your boss.
No, he's not. He really not
How is
officially.
that? How do these things even go together? He's your superior.
There's another word for it.
He's also in charge, but he's not your boss.
He's in charge of maintenance. I
Okay.
work maintenance. He's in charge of maintenance, and
So
I help.
who's the boss?
The principal of the school is the boss. There is no like I don't understand. That's not important. Why are we talking about this?
I don't know because you confused me. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. It was my fault. I'm sure. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, my new hours. So
Yes.
7 a.m. to 12 p.m. and that works out for him because he needed the help in the mornings before the kids are there, and I needed that so I could get home and like
and that's what I was gonna say.
and it's less rushing around before a stream, but also I can do other things before like. If I ever want to get my YouTube back and up and running, I also owe these people like a review, which I'm long overdue. So I need the chair company. I'm gonna make that video now in my time that I have, because before it was like get home, shower, because I'm a stank boy when I get home, and I eat something because I didn't eat. I don't get a lunch either. It's pretty busy throughout the day. So like then I eat, and then I like take 10 minutes to like put my feet down because I've been standing for a billion hours in a row.
Right.
And then I stream or something. So like I need the time, and I'm better suited to work during like when there's light out and then when there's dark out. I don't know about you. That's just like I'm better suited for that. I mean, I can work at night. Like obviously we're doing this right now as it becomes dark. That's not what I'm talking about. Like making a video, shooting things. That I feel like that for me that would like that's work to me. This talking is not work. That's the easy part. Actually like getting some B-roll for this. Like, and because that stuff takes time. That doesn't just happen. I don't know if you did. Did you know that, Trip? I mean, it doesn't just happen, the B-roll and stuff?
Yeah, it does take some time. It takes a little bit of time to do things like that sometimes.
I don't want to start that
I
at
think
9
you're right.
p.m.
You're
and end it
right.
at 3 a.m. I'd rather start it at noon.
That's what I do, honestly.
Well, that's what you do. I don't
now
want to
that
do
I'm doing it here, like well, that's the thing. I'll start writing the video in the morning. Then once it's wrote, I'll sit down record it maybe at night. It depends. You can always tell because
Yeah.
of which lighting setup I go. It's kind of cool because I have a dark mode and the light mode now. It's like my phone.
That's
but only
awesome.
it's
Oh
my
yeah, and I
my
love it too. I
desk.
love the set because you and I before you switched over to this, you and I talked about it, like your
Yeah.
ideas, what you're gonna do. This is
Yeah.
awesome. The different angles. The other day you did a video. You were at the desk and then you cut to you were sitting at your back desk behind you.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then you
The
cut
one
to
yesterday.
the
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, it's because the stuff here was recorded I don't know, 2 weeks ago. I had
Yeah.
to. It was for the ad. I had to send it to Epidemic Sound for them to okay,
Yeah.
and then they okayed it, and I was like, okay, now I have it. Now which
Yeah.
video am I going to put it in?
And I
But
like
it's
that. I don't know if you like doing that or not. Maybe that
no, I
wasn't your
do.
preference.
I'm actually gonna start doing that more, like mid
Beautiful.
video. Just get up and walk over, like, and then have another camera just set up here. Like I'm gonna start doing that a whole lot more.
Beautiful.
But back to what you were saying, you're 100% right. Your old hours, 10 to 3, you can't do anything in the morning. You really don't have any time once you get off. At least if you just move it over,
Yeah.
you start early and you're done. You have the rest of the time.
Exactly.
I think that's gonna help you out a ton.
I mean,
That's gonna be a
I
ton.
built some scenes for our special guest today, and I did a lot of that. I did most of it right before, but I did a lot of that earlier. Like there was some prep work I did to get it ready
Yeah.
for like I got that done before.
Yeah, yeah. 'Cause when we hopped on, yeah, it was very quick. It was easy to do.
Yeah.
Pretty much
So-
all already done.
Oh, I feel like there's something else I was gonna say. I can't remember at the moment. So I guess we should just talk about what we're playing. Oh, what we're playing. Did you talk
Yeah.
about that?
No, I haven't.
Yeah. What are you
Man.
playing on the old Switch or anything for that matter?
Still playing Skyward Sword very slowly, but I did do this. I decided the other day, since I don't have anything really down at the studio anymore, I had 2 docks there. I brought both of them here. Now I have a dock here. I have one on the big TV on my old streaming setup.
Yep.
I have one upstairs in the living room, and I have one in my bedroom. So there's absolutely no excuse for me to not finish this game in a reasonable fashion at this point.
Question.
So-
Question. So
Okay.
I slept in your bed. I pooped in your toilet. On top of the gold.
Well, you know what? I'm glad you didn't sleep in my toilet and poop in my bed, I guess. 'Cause that would be worse.
On your stacks of gold bars in your bathroom where you have your like 75-inch OLED 8K TV, did you put your dock there as well?
Yes.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure.
What are you talking about? But anyways, I've been playing that. And
I said that because so many people are like, "Dude, you must be you do YouTube. You
Oh,
must
yeah.
be rich. Look
Yeah,
at your
dude.
camera." I did that for them. That was for them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, must be for sure. Definitely. That's totally the case. 1000%. I am loaded. Just
Oh yeah.
so
as
much
loaded
money. I
as
don't
these
know even
guns.
what to do with it all. I just sometimes I just if Chauncey pees on the floor, I just use it to wipe up the pee.
You just make a new floor. It just you.
Yeah, I just buy a new floor. That's usually what. I
Anyway,
do.
I'm sorry. What were you playing?
No, I did play the WarioWare demo today. I did play that.
Ah, yeah. Anything to say about that? Because I did not get to play it yet.
It's exactly what I expected it to be. It's short. It's cool though. I mean, it's cool. I'm gonna get it. I think it's. I said this before the podcast. I think it's overpriced at
Yeah.
$50. I don't know how much game there's gonna be. I mean, obviously there's gonna be a ton more than the demo, but I mean,
Yeah.
it's a good game for me. I'll give the game this. For somebody who has ADD, it is an excellent game because it is constantly changing. Constantly changing. Even sometimes playing Zelda, I just find myself like, yeah, what's oh yeah.
Yeah.
This it's changing so fast. Things are like, you go here and then you're there, then you're here, then you're there, then you're doing this, you're doing that. It is, I mean, it keeps your interest. It's cool. I mean, I think $50 is too much for it, but
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna buy it.
I mean, I have not played the demo yet. You have, so obviously you have. So your opinion at this point is worth more than mine. So what I will say is, with not playing the demo yet, I did watch some gameplay of it on YouTube. I watched Nintendo Life's review, and they like it. Clearly, they like it because otherwise they wouldn't have made such a positive.
Yeah, I
mini
mean, it's
review.
good.
And because I'm gullible, I guess I also like it just by seeing it. But here's the thing that I like about it: like I didn't know how this game works because it came off of other systems, and it's a remake game, and I didn't understand the mechanics. Now that I do, after watching the video and understand like how the characters work, like it's gonna be awesome for me. Like for me, I think I'm like, oh, I can't wait to buy this game now. Whereas before I was like, nah, I don't know. Now I'm like, I'm gonna buy this game. Well, first I'm gonna download the demo, try it out, and then I'm gonna
Yeah,
think
you'll
I'm gonna
like it.
buy it because I like mini games are great. I like that.
They're
'Cause
not. Now remember, they're not mini games. They are micro games.
micro
They are
games.
quick. I'm talking
Yeah,
like 5 seconds.
yeah. I think
Like
that's
they
gonna
are
be great.
quick.
I think now
Yeah, it's good.
now multiplayer that is a thing online, right? I can play with people on
There was a multiplayer menu, but you can't get to it in the demo. I don't think.
because you and our
Or I
special
didn't
guest were
try.
talking about that earlier, and I think I overheard you saying that there was a multiplayer aspect.
There is. It does say there's 2 players.
Even if it's
So I
local,
don't.
that's fine. I prefer obviously every game should have online multiplayer at this
Yeah,
point
you would
in the
think.
world. But yeah,
You would think.
Mario
But
Party.
other than that, man, we played. What was the name of that game? Papa's Quiz last night.
Oh yeah,
On stream, and
yeah.
that was a blast.
It was a blast
That was
to watch.
a fun time.
It's a blast to watch.
It was a fun time.
Yeah.
I dominated. What can I say?
You really did, dude. I'm like, did he just pick a game that he can just
No,
beat everybody at?
I've never played it before. That was I played, like I said, I played a few rounds yesterday by myself just to see what it was about. So like when I got on stream, I wasn't like fumbling over the menus and stuff.
Yeah.
I haven't played it. I'm smart, Geeb. I have lots of knowledge up here.
You do. That's for damn sure.
What about you?
Use the word. I I had been playing a lot and pretty much exclusively Skyward Sword. And
yeah, that's what you've been streaming. Like,
yes,
I can't even watch your streams now because you're further than me.
Yeah.
I just turn it on and listen, and just type on my phone. And I have it on the TV and the volume down on my phone.
Yeah,
I just don't look. Just type and then put it away.
It says my play time so far is like 23 hours. I'm like, wow, it doesn't even feel like 23. Like,
yeah, I think I'm like 15 hours in. Yeah, you're a little bit ahead of me. You're in the dungeon that I'm going to. I'm heading to that dungeon now. I think I'm 15, 16 hours, something like that.
I'm having such a blast. It is such an easy play for me. So there's even game like Breath of the Wild to a certain extent is gets to be a chore. This game has yet to become a chore.
Yeah, it's good.
It's like I want the story.
Give myself more time to play it.
I want the story, but it's a little bit of a chore. No chore for me. Like, and I've told you guys, I just said a second ago, I'm a guy who likes mini games. I like shorter, like Rocket League is one of my most played games of all. Is the most played game of all time for me.
Yeah,
and because the matches are 5 minutes, I can play one match of about 8 minutes because it's there's stoppage in play and whatnot, like a normal sport has. But I mean, it's quick. And this game requires Skyward Sword requires lots of dedicated time. But I can still. There are lots of save points as well. That's another thing I like about it. Unlike Ocarina of Time, like there's not as you can save, but I feel like I don't know. It's just I don't want to compare to Ocarina of Time too much because that's a whole other conversation really we could have. But it's a really fun game. I'm having lots of fun.
Do you want to have that conversation?
Not right now. We need to get to our special guest.
All right. Well, okay. So. Yeah, we can go ahead and do that now. What we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and do the beer of the week. But before we do that, we are going to bring on our special guest. We are talking about Pokemon tonight, and I don't know a damn thing about Pokemon, except that Build-A-Bear is my favorite Pokemon ever. So we brought on an expert. We brought on, you guys probably know him from the Discord, from Twitch. We brought on Big Oof, my dude.
Hey!
What's up, man?
Hey, how's it going, guys? Hey, good. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah,
you're literally you're about to make our job so much easier, man. So much easier.
I don't know, man. You referred to me as an expert, so we'll see. You set the bar. You set the bar high for me.
Okay, well, I can tell you this. Compared to Geeb and I, you are a scholar.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, let's go ahead and let's get into our beers. You are the guest, so I'll let you go first.
Okay, cool. So yeah, what I've got, it's one of my favorite local breweries. It's Uinta Brewing. Let me see if I can get it to come up on camera. It's called Los Angeles. So the main mountain range here where I live is the Wasatch Mountain Range, and so that's kind of what this is named after. I guess I'll just go ahead and crack it open and give it a taste.
Oh
yes, please.
Give them some ASMR too. I love doing that for the audio.
Okay, here we go. You ready?
Don't smack the microphone.
Ready?
Yeah, stream doesn't hear anything of that.
Yeah.
But
That'll be on the audio version only.
oh yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Did you guys not hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Discord just cuts it all out.
Yeah. It's,
Bummer. Okay.
Okay, so what did you say? What's the flavor?
yeah.
What do you got going on
Give
there?
us your
So-
drip impression.
So
Give me the notes. Give me all the notes.
so let me get one more real
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's if I remember correctly from the website, because it doesn't really give a description for the kind of beer on the label. But if I remember correctly from the website, it's just an American lager. But it's pretty comparable to something like Bud or Bud Light, but it's got that crafty, taste.
Yeah, I know
then-
what you mean.
But then in the end, this is what I was talking about. I'm not sure if you saw it, but in the end, it's got this delectable, delicious honey taste. It's so good. It's so good.
Ooh.
Okay,
Using the big
That's
boy
nice.
words.
that's nice.
It is delicious.
That's very nice. All right, Geeb, what do you got, man?
All right, so before I show my beer, I just want to say that on my stream, what stream was that? Abby's sitting over here next to me. What stream was that? Like most recent stream? I think so. On my most recent stream, let me bring it back even farther. I first got introduced to Bush Apple by Drip,
You're welcome, by the way.
and I brought some home with me from West Virginia to Illinois, and we just ran out of our last can on my last stream, which was just a few days ago. Very
That's
sad
sad.
moment, really sad
That's
moment.
very
Actually, I
sad.
gave my last sip to Abby, and I
Wow.
was like, you know what? You're gonna have the last sip.
What a gentleman.
Went to the store today to buy. I can't drink Bush Apple this week. Bummer. So went to the store looking for a beer. I was like, the store I go to doesn't really have a big selection of crafty stuff. I was looking for a sour. I really wanted a sour because Bagoof. What did I just say? Bagoof Drip. We were all talking about it, like how good sours are. I went to the store, and
There it was.
Yeah.
man, a 30 pack, and they have like a bunch of them too. Like they must be everywhere. I mean, not everywhere. That no one must go to that store, or at least
Yeah.
they don't go there looking for Bush Apple because
I
they have a
actually
lot
just
there.
got a little bit more today too. I found my Gucci Kroger had some.
Yeah.
But we've not got the 30 packs of it. We're only getting like the old school briefcase 24 packs. I'm like, what
Yeah.
is that?
I'm
What is-
going
is it
back later in the-
1996? What's going on?
I'm going back later in the week to grab at least one more 30 pack, and they're cheap. It's cheaper than like soda, man. Like
Yeah,
a 30
dude, it's
pack is like
Busch.
17
Yes.
bucks. Like,
Yes.
come on, like
Yes,
have to.
exactly.
now let me do my drip impression. Hold on, here we go. The audio. It's good. Okay, here we go.
You didn't even say it. You already messed it up.
Oh,
You're supposed to
Bush.
say Bush.
And then here. It's so different than like a Red's Apple Ale
Oh, dude.
Or,
it's so good.
or what's the other one that everyone likes? Angry Orchard.
Yes, Angry Orchard.
It's so different.
It's not like that. It's
Those
just not
ones
like
are,
that, yeah.
are good. They're good, but they're really sugary and they really punch you. This
Yeah,
one,
These are light.
this is
crisp.
it's a Bush Light apple, in fact, and yes, it is indeed light, but it's also got so much apple flavor and not a lot of sugar flavor, which is great. Like,
It's very red. It's like an actual red apple is what it tastes
yeah,
like.
it tastes like a freaking apple, and there's almost no beer taste. If you don't like beer, this is your beer, like 100%.
Well, I like beer, and it's still my beer.
Yeah, oh yeah, me too. Yeah,
I wouldn't know because I can't find it anywhere near me.
You
so.
will. Don't you worry. You will have it. It's going to be there eventually.
so I have
I hope.
27 of these puppies minus this one. Yeah, like 27 because I've already drinking 3 today, or 2 today, and this. Wait, I can't count.
Oh, man.
I'm drunk. There's a lot more in my
Oh my
fridge
God.
upstairs.
Uh-oh. I thought I lost this. I was going to say I'm not even going to open my beer.
That's sad. So what are you drinking, Drip?
I have something very, very interesting. It's called Victress. It's by Flying Dog.
Okay.
There you go. Okay, so it is a cranberry lime kettle sour. Okay,
Ooh.
and it is brewed. It is 100% brewed by women. No men have ever touched this beer.
Hey!
Only women have brewed this beer, which I think
Love
that's
it.
pretty cool.
Love it.
It is 6.8% alcohol. It's got a little bit of toughness to it here.
Mm-hmm.
Little bit of bite.
But not too much. You can drink a couple of those and be fine.
Yeah. Well, I'm only gonna have one. I only have one.
Yeah.
Oh, and before I even take a drink of this, I want to. I'm gonna actually talk to everybody here. This goes to everybody. But those of you who were here when I was doing this alone, this time last year on Friday nights, if you remember, in September we started doing pumpkin beers, and we did a pumpkin beer every single week up until Halloween. We are doing that again this year. I already have 3 in the refrigerator. So the first week of September on, we have 3 weeks already lined up. So anybody who would like to follow along that journey, when we do the Halloween party on my island, I will reveal the winner of the beers, and obviously I'll be drinking that. Maybe I'll let some people in on it early, so if they want to drink it as well, we can all drink it at the same time. But
Beautiful.
anyway, like I said, cranberry lime kettle. I don't know what the kettle is. I guess is it brewed in a kettle?
I don't know.
I don't know, but it's a sour. You know me. I'm a sucker for a good sour. And this one seemed like one that I'd like to try. I like cranberries, I like limes. I mean, I like them together too. So all right, here we go. Oh, it's a sour, that's for sure. Mm. Oh, yes. Okay, so the cranberry is super, super subtle. Very subtle. It's there. It's at the very end and at the very beginning, but then I mean, it's a sour. You know that sour taste.
Yeah.
But it's backed up by that lime, and it is like it's cranked up, man. It is cranked up.
I have a question. I have a question. Does it give you that bitterness of a cranberry, or is it more like a sugary cranberry? Both would be
It's
fine.
like the bitterness. It tastes like a real cranberry.
Good. I mean, that's what I would want. I
It's
would
subtle,
in a
though. It's
beer.
just-
You know.
Yeah.
Is it as good as the label?
It is as advertised. Yes.
Can you show the label again for the people
Yeah,
who
the
are
label's
watching?
cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's hard to show because hold on.
Yeah.
It's
That is also. I didn't notice that at first. That's like it looks like a Wonder Woman type situation.
Yes,
Like
it's
with
like
a cape.
a woman superhero of some sort.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Get that focus back. Yeah, it's good. These ladies did a great job. That's for sure.
Very good. Well, so that means we're gonna move on here and get to some gaming stuff. And,
actually, let's talk to Big Oof here real quick.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about you. Tell us what's going on. What is going on with you? Your streaming. How did you start? When did you start? Where can people find you?
Okay. Yeah, so I started probably about a month ago. So yeah, you can find me at twitch.tv /bigoof_madude. Yeah, I started about a month ago. I work full time. I'm married, have 3 kids. I started off getting my feet wet because I'm brand new to streaming. So I got my feet wet with Skyward Sword, figured it would be something good to pick up just because it was new. Everyone was playing it. And then it's a game I enjoy too. So dip my toe in the water with Skyward Sword. I finished that one sometime last week on one of my streams later in the week. And I just recently decided that I was going to pick up Pokemon again because I'm a giant Pokemon fan. So the last couple streams I've done have been Pokemon battles. And one of the things that I'm doing currently is trying to get a little viewer engagement by doing viewer battles, which is something that I used to enjoy that. So I used to one of the jobs that I used to have for a little bit about me gave me quite a bit of downtime, and so we were notorious for taking things like PS4s, 3DSs, and that kind of thing out to job locations and playing those in the middle of the night. One of the things that I used to do was play Twitch streamers and battle them that played Pokemon, right?
Really?
Yeah, I did.
While you were at work?
Yep, I did that. Yep.
That's awesome.
And so and the funniest thing about it is I can still remember, for those of you that know, some of you know my background a little bit of what I used to do for work. A lot of it just requires monitoring, and so there's a lot of downtime. But there was some Twitch streamers that I used to play and had a great time battling them. There was some memorable moments, like some of them I can even remember their Twitch handles because of how memorable it was. And I don't think some of them are even streaming anymore, but I had a really good time battling them. And so after Skyward Sword, I figured, you know what, I'm going to pick up Pokemon again. It's been a while since I played it. I kind of got bored with it because Sword and Shield It's great, and honestly, it's the best thing that's happened to the series for competitive since like Black and White. But not a lot of people are interested in it. Pokemon kind of has its core fan base,
Yep.
and doesn't really have a way to get outside of that. And so picked it up, and that's where I'm at, man. Streaming some Pokemon, and trying to get some viewer battles going. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
what we're
that's
doing.
awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there last night. Right before I was streaming. I had it on the TV over here where I was setting up.
Yeah,
Um,
me too, man. I had a
I will say
blast.
this. I'll say this. I don't like Sword and Shield, but watching that part of I've never seen like the competitive part. Like
Yeah,
two people like at odds. Like it's like a chess match.
it really
I
is.
didn't realize that that's like I didn't realize that's what the competitive side of it looks like.
So, and hopefully that's the thing too, that a lot of people don't understand that. See, I say this a lot, but people on the outside of the Pokemon community, because there very much is a Pokemon community, right?
Oh yeah.
Where people are super involved. For the longest time, the only game I played was Pokemon. I wouldn't even, like, for years, I didn't even consider myself like a Nintendo fan, even though I've always been one. I was a Pokemon player. And so that's kind of how the Pokemon community is. They're so tight knit. It's kind of, they don't really penetrate out too much, and then anyone that's not interested in it doesn't really penetrate in. But the point being that people on the outside of the community don't really get to see that competitive aspect, and there is very much. I hate to toss this term around, but there's very much a 4D chess aspect to Pokemon. And a lot of, because of the cartoonish exterior, a lot of people don't see that. And so that's kind of one of the things that I wanted to, do on my stream, was competitive battles for that reason.
Yeah.
There's a lot of thinking involved. There's a lot of prediction involved. You have to be able to predict what your opponent's going to do, just like in a chess match. So yeah, it's fun, man. It's a thinking game though. It's a thinking
Honestly,
game.
I think that's what you actually do the best. I think that's kind of why I was so into it last night. Because as you're setting up your team, you're kind of talking through it like, okay, this is, we're doing this with this. This guy's gonna do this and that. I know what he's gonna try to do with this, but he might do this, so we're gonna need some of it. Like, it's like my mind was just melting. I didn't know what to do. I was
You're
like,
just
this is very
running.
interesting.
Yeah, you are. You're just running. So when you're playing, and I'm not, full credit, I'm not the best combative or competitive player at all. I've never even been to like a regional or anything like that. So I'm not the standard, but I do enjoy competitive play.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty good at it. But it's constant calculations in your head. You're just trying to figure out what your opponent's gonna do, how you should react. There's 9,000 different things you could do on any given turn, depending on what you think your opponent might do. So it's more complex than people give it credit for.
Yeah. I know that Drip pretty much knows next to nothing, especially if you watch our YouTube video on the Drip and Geeb YouTube channel of the edited stream that he did where he said every Pokemon's name incorrectly because he probably couldn't
Loved it.
tell you the real name in the first
Dude,
place.
I told you, Build-A-Bear is my favorite.
He's great.
So we know
He's
where
awesome.
we know where Drip's at with that. With me, it's more like my roots of Pokemon go back to the card game. I collected the cards as a kid, so I know a lot more than Drip. But my extent goes from like Pokemon 1 Pikachu to like Pokemon what is he 152 Mewtwo or whatever. But if that's my extent of Pokemon. After that,
What'd you say? Did you
no
Oh,
say
idea.
Mewtwo?
Mewtwo.
me too.
I'm a big fan of Mew 3.
So that's my Pokemon knowledge, and as far as like video games, Pokemon, pretty much nothing. I've gotten later into life on my 3DS on the Virtual Console. I got a couple Pokemon games I'm fiddling around with. I got Let's Go Pikachu, but by no means do I know anything of much of anything Pokemon. What I was gonna ask you though, Bagoof, like what game did you start with? What was like the first game of Pokemon that you started with? Because for me it was card game.
So how long of an explanation do you want? Is the question.
As long as you want, man. There is no time limit.
So
Go
I'll,
for it.
I'll take you guys back. So I started with the original games on Game Boy, Red, Blue. I think so. The first copy I had was a blue, and at first, I made fun of it. I had a friend that lived up the street from me that was like, "Dude, you got to try this game. It's actually really cool. Check it out." And I made fun of him for it, and I ended up getting a copy after my older brother got a copy of Red. I figured I would get Blue so that I could play and kind of complement my brother's version.
Yeah.
So I ended up getting it, right? And the funny thing is my older brother didn't even play with me. We didn't play that much. I think we played a little bit, maybe did a little bit of trading, but he fell away from it. He's a little older than me, and I think he was just in that age group that it didn't quite hit. Um, so anyway, got Pokemon Blue, started with that. I had a friend around the corner from me, in an old neighborhood that I used to live in, and found out he had Pokemon Blue. So
Ah.
we started playing together. And if you guys remember back in those days, if you played the originals, rivals in the game were a pretty big thing, right? So you had your rival set up in the original game. It was Blue or Gary or whatever you wanted to call him. You could name him whatever you wanted to name him. But so this friend of mine ended up being my real life rival, right? Um, so it made the game connect with me in a way that no other game has connected with me before, because I had this real life person that I tried to compete against all the time. I could never beat him, by the way.
Never?
And never, no, he was way better than me. He was way better than me. It's funny too because he still lives in the same neighborhood, and we're about 10 minutes away from each other currently, even. So it's pretty crazy. But yeah, so that's how I got started. I've been playing Pokemon since day one. Off and on. I have skipped a few generations. There's been generations that, like in married life and things, I've gotten busy and that kind of stuff where that one doesn't look appealing to me. I might skip it. The interesting thing though is the ones that I've skipped, I've always gone back and played later. So I've played every single one of them, and for whatever reason, ever since Sun and Moon, the games have just stuck for me. So I've played consistently since Sun and Moon. So but yeah, I got my start in Red and Blue. I've been a Pokemon fanboy since day one.
Awesome.
Day one.
Yep.
Well, listen. Okay. Let's shift gears here. We're gonna come back. We are gonna talk a whole bunch more about Pokemon. We have a lot to discuss. We're gonna go over the 2 new games, all the information we got about those. But we're gonna switch gears here because we got to talk about Soldier Boy.
Why?
This guy's out of his mind, man. This guy's out of his mind. I'm telling you, this dude is out of his mind.
I don't know him
Okay.
personally, but here's a question:
I'm-
was he ever in his mind?
I don't know, but man, I have not talked about this. I've honestly wanted to make videos about this for years because it's so interesting to watch this train wreck that just literally keeps flipping. The train will never stop wrecking. It's amazing. So what we're gonna do here, I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna go back to the beginning. Back to the beginning of this. This was years ago. Okay. So Soldier Boy at some point decided he was going to get into gaming. He was going to start selling a gaming console, and he started on Twitter and wherever, Instagram, saying, "Oh, he's gonna, that he's gonna change the gaming industry. Watch out, this big console. He's doing this thing, got all this stuff, and everyone's like, is he really doing that? It's kind of like nobody kind of knew what he was doing. So he unveils the system, right? And it's a knockoff AliExpress. It's a shell, pretty much, with a little like a Raspberry Pi in it, pretty much. That's got a bunch of emulated games. Now, this one he's showing there, that's round 2. We'll get to that in a second. So this thing, he's selling it for, I believe he was trying to sell it. I could be wrong, but we're talking $300 for this. Now, listen, the same exact system. You could go on AliExpress, any of these places, you can get these systems for $60, $50, $40.
Where everyone buys their consoles, AliExpress.
Yeah, and they've got a bunch of illegal ROMs on them. They had like Nintendo ROMs on it, and he was saying like, "Oh, it's got Mario," and there were people like he was advertising all this stuff, and people were like, "Dude, he's gonna get in trouble." Like
illegal. Just pinpoint that.
Oh yeah, it's illegal. You can't put that stuff on it and sell it. Like they do it, but they don't say like, "Oh, there's Mario on here."
Yeah,
they just say there's games on here.
Right.
That's how they get around it a little bit.
Now he's in this video right here. He's like, "Hey, look, Among Us, look."
Yeah, well, I mean, I think he's doing that. This thing here's different. I think it's got like internet. He probably just runs on Android or something like that.
The point I'm saying is he's not exactly hiding
version.
He's not exactly hiding what he's doing.
No. I don't think he understands what he's doing is illegal. Well, he did. He finally did because I'm pretty sure it wasn't public, I don't think, but all of a sudden that system just disappeared because the word was Nintendo was like, like it's down, or we're gonna sue you for everything you got. But that was round one. First time, nobody got their systems. Nobody got them. I know there was a few did. They took them apart. It's an empty shell with a little. They're garbage. They're crap. Uh, Most people had to go through PayPal because you couldn't get a refund from his site. They had to go through PayPal to get their money back. So then, a couple of years later, earlier this year, he comes back and he's like, "Oh, we're changing the game, changing the game. Got a brand new Soulja system coming out." I'm like, okay, are we doing this whole thing again? So, yeah, we are. This time, it's a knockoff. That is a handheld that's already on the market. It's already on the market. The exact same thing. He has changed the name on the front and put a design on the back, which that's what these things are. Like you see
Yeah.
all these controllers, like I mean, this is one. There's not many of these ones, but this is the same exact shape as the PDP controller that has the LEDs in it. Same exact shape.
Right. That's common practice in this area.
Yeah, but it's called white label. Like they do it in e-juice. They used to do it all the time. These big companies will make what they call white label products, all these different flavors, and then like say I wanted to start an e-juice brand. I would come there and I'd say I want this flavor, this flavor, this flavor, this flavor. Here's all my branding. Now you make the labels and put them on, then ship them to me. That's what they do with these controllers and stuff, which is that's what they do with these systems too. It's the same exact thing.
I would like to point
That's
out
all he's
quickly that in the video that the people watching the video version of this, that this is Soulja Boy himself. He is live streaming on what looks to be Instagram. Twitter.
It is Instagram, yes.
And
Instagram.
he's like, it's his hand on his console. He's talking. Obviously, we're muting it because why? Even if we wanted to listen to it, we wouldn't want to listen to it. And like, it's ridiculous. This is him, guys. I want to make that clear.
Okay. This is even the part I want to talk about. This isn't even the part. We haven't even got to what I want to talk about yet. I'm just giving you the history here.
Yeah.
So anyway, this thing's stupid expensive too. Way overpriced. It's a little bit better, but it's still there's nothing. It's got
a touch screen but it also, which is cool. But he's playing Among Us with the touchscreen controls. Even though this thing is a Game Boy style, there's a literal looks like to be a Joy-Con
he's playing the mobile
stick.
version of it.
Right, but I want to make the point of how ridiculous this thing is because it's like here's a stick that you can't use. Use your touchscreen. Like that. It's just it was not well thought out. Shocker.
No, it was not at all. So to get past this thing comes out now again. Same song and dance. Lots of people. I've seen people online who have ordered it, YouTubers who have ordered it, haven't got it. They ordered it, I don't know, 5 months ago. Where's it at? Still didn't show up. So he's scamming people. I mean, I guess they actually do exist because from what I've heard, from what I've seen, there are some people out there who do actually have them. So they exist, but most people aren't even getting them. He's scamming people. And it's ridiculous. Now, yesterday, Soulja Boy decided to jump on his Instagram and he had a big announcement. And his announcement was, well, he said it in a lot of different ways, but I guess he owns Atari. You know, the company Atari that just came out with the Atari VCS,
Yeah, does he?
Pong. Remember that? Yeah, he's real mad in that video. He's real mad there. That was from today. We'll get to that in a second. So, yesterday, in his video, he was standing there talking about how he's selling Soulja Gaming for, I believe he said, $140 million. Like clearly, like, dude, you just made that up. You literally just made that up. Then he says, I own Atari. He's like, shout out to everybody at Atari. Like, go follow at Atari, this and that. And then he's like, well, but yeah, he's like, I own Atari. He's like, I signed a deal with Atari. I signed 2 deals with Atari. I'm quoting him at this point. So he owns it, but then he signed 2 deals with it. I don't know. And then later on in the video, he's the CEO. So
Yep.
this is all him standing in front of his camera, his little phone on a counter, talking about how he owns it. Just saying he's going to take Atari to the next level. He's the
Yeah.
owner of the company.
A really casual
This and
tone,
that.
really cool. He's just like, yeah,
Like,
this is my thing. I got some bread from this. This is
yeah, this is
mine.
what I'm doing. Like, it's
Mhm.
all good. Like, no big deal. And it's,
Mhm.
I was like, there's absolutely no way this is real. So today,
Oh, by the way, before you get that, on his Twitter, it said CEO. Like he even went as far to say,
yes,
like
it
my
said-
Twitter,
yes.
I own, and he tagged Atari in his bio that I own Atari at Atari. I own, it's mine, CEO.
Right. Right. So today, Atari came out and said, actually, he's not the owner. He's not the CEO. He's not anything. Not at all.
They were much more professional about that, and
They were much more professional, but they pretty much were like, dude, get out of here. Like, why are you, what are
Yeah.
you even doing? Like,
Yeah.
nobody's, like, what are you
They
talking
simply
about?
said, our blah blah, whatever his name is, our CEO is still this person, and that was pretty much the tweet.
Yeah. That's what they said. Anyway,
Yeah.
so
He wasn't too happy about that.
no, he was really mad. He was really mad. He jumped back on Instagram and he showed this contract, which I'm like, he said he signed a contract with Atari to do marketing for them. That's what he was saying today. Today it's changed from I own the company to I did this contract to market for them. And now yesterday he was saying big shout out to all the people, big shout out to all the people at Atari, all this stuff, like just saying all these nice things. He's literally just right now, you can see it if you're watching this, literally saying the exact opposite, like F Atari, F everybody that works there. Really just going crazy. So that's the whole story. That's where we're at as of today. This is an ongoing thing. I'm sure there's going to be more tomorrow. But now that I've given you guys the long-winded version of this, I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this. And like, what I really want to know is like, is this guy a genius? Is he a genius? Everybody's talking about him now. I've seen so many videos about this guy over the last 2 days, and he seems to do this just every couple of months. Just stir up a bunch of shit, and a bunch of people are talking about him. Like, is he doing this on purpose? Or is he just is he a pathological liar?
I would
Big Oof.
like to give her yes.
Go first, Big Oof.
Yes,
I want to
our
hear
guest.
what Big Oof's take is on this.
So I'll be completely honest with you. I didn't hear anything about this. The first thing that comes to my mind though is I don't pay attention to anything Soulja Boy, right? I don't know Soulja Boy, anything like that at all. But no, like so the first thing this strikes me as is I don't listen to his music. I've never really been a fan, nothing like that. It's just so from my perspective, it's all an attempt to stay relevant, right? And
It
get
has
yourself
to
out
be,
there.
right?
Yeah,
It's gotta
yeah.
be.
It has
That's what
to
he's
be.
doing.
All publicity
It's insane.
is
It's
good
honestly
publicity.
insane.
Like all
But listen,
publicity is good publicity.
But dude, okay.
Did you okay?
Yes, that's the
let me
saying.
let me continue.
That's the saying.
Let me
And we are
continue.
getting to a point now where it's like, dude, like this is getting to be a little much at this point. You're going, it's like every couple months, but it's not like it's oh, he's in the news for this, he's in the news for that. He's just in the news for scamming people and lying.
Well,
But
so
see,
from what it
that
sounds like too.
go ahead.
No, sorry. But like if it's every couple months, I don't pay attention to Soulja Boy stuff because I really don't care about Soulja Boy to be honest.
Is he even making music now? Like,
But that's the thing is like if it's every couple of months where he just has to stir something up, right? Like this, that's all it is, man. It's just to keep his name out there, because everybody's talking about him and it must work, right? Or he'd stop doing it.
it's happened several times.
If
Like,
you look
I think
into-
that's honestly part of the reason I haven't done any videos on it, because I've wanted to talk about it. But I'm like, I'm not going there. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. And I never do. But
Yeah.
Go ahead, Geeb. Sorry.
If you look in his comments in that video, they're scrolling by after he announces he owns the company.
Everybody's just on it. Man.
They're all. I don't want to get they're brainwashed people. Like
They're like what?
they're just like,
how is
okay.
he- yeah.
The one was like one was like, congratulations. The other one's like, yeah,
I know.
bro.
Well, and then I
go
saw
get
a
that
bunch of other ones
bread.
too.
And one's like, yeah.
There
You
were
guys,
so
how can you
many.
think he's serious? How
There were
can
so
you?
many. And listen,
There was
were
one
even
guy
people,
who was like just ha ha ha, like laughed at it, like he got it. He got the joke. Nobody else did.
Yeah.
Another 100,000.
when Atari posted that stuff on Twitter, like, no, people were calling Atari out, like, yeah, he is. Like, it's Atari, dude. They're saying that it's not true, and they're like, no, you're wrong.
Fake
Actually,
news.
he is the CEO. He actually owns the company. He told us yesterday. Sorry, you're wrong, Atari, the company. It's insane. Absolutely insane. I don't even, I can't wait to see what happens next, man. Like I said, it's like a train wreck that just never stops.
So my
And
point.
once you think that momentum's slowing down and it's going to stop doing those flips and metal's going to stop twisting.
My point of it being all publicity is good publicity, he proved it right there in the comment section. That all his fans, who he cares about, they're all buying it, and that's all that matters. Not us.
So
We don't matter.
The
In
funniest
fact,
thing
we
about
help because
all
we're
of this-
talking about it.
Yeah, and that's what I was just gonna say. The funniest thing about all of this is that now I'm gonna go follow Soulja Boy on Twitter and Instagram and everywhere just because I want to keep up with the stupid stuff that he's doing, right? Like, and that's kind of the point.
Yeah.
In fact, his CEO status has been removed. If you look right now, it's gone on Twitter.
No, it was there though yesterday.
It was there yesterday. It's gone today.
Rich from Review Tech USA.
Yeah. As soon as
Screenshotted it. Yeah, he made sure to screenshot because he put another video out on it today, and he was like, "I screenshotted it because I knew this wasn't going to be there tomorrow."
and then I checked. I was like, "Oh, I bet it's gone." And I checked because of him, and I was like, "Oh, yep, it's gone."
It blows my mind. That's really all I have with that one. I just wanted to bring it up. I wanted to get your guys' opinions on it. So we're just gonna go with it's trying to stay relevant. I guess that's what we'll. And honestly, he's doing a damn good job at it for being somebody who hasn't put a song out since what was that? 99?
He puts out
2004.
songs.
I mean,
what songs has he ever put out?
What?
That's not music. That's a that's a dance.
Yeah,
that's a dance.
Yeah.
That's not a song. I will fight you. I will fight. Listen, I love rap. There's a lot of rap I enjoy. That's not music. That's just it's just it's a dance
great.
and a style.
I'm not gonna lie, I was into it. I was into it.
Oh man, dude, Superman! Like, oh, we all did that. I was in high school. I don't know what year that was. I think I was in high school when that came out.
Dude, the steel drum at the beginning, man. I'm like, yeah, give me that steel.
He is not an artist. At least I'm not a music artist. He may be an artist. He's not a music artist.
One-hit wonder, whatever. It was great.
Let's make that clear. Sorry, I had to go my old man rant about Soulja Boy's music.
Yes. Back in my day.
Yeah.
All right. We're done with that. Let's get back to Pokemon. I wanna remind everybody too. We haven't even said this. So we're actually gonna have Big Oof play a game, as we do here on the podcast. We're gonna have him play it after we discuss these two games. But supposedly these questions, Geeb, you're gonna read the questions, right?
I'll go with the flow. Is what I'm gonna do.
All right.
I'll pull them on screen and read them. Yes.
Okay. You don't have to put them on screen. Just read them.
Okay. Okay.
Whatever's easier for you. Anyway, we're gonna do that. But supposedly these are questions that these are deep Pokemon questions. These aren't like your regular, what does this Pokemon evolve into? This is supposedly only the deepest of the deep Pokemon fans know. So we're gonna give him a challenge. But before we do that, let's talk about what we saw. What was that? Wednesday?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Wednesday.
We'll start with the Diamond and Pearl remakes because I don't know about you guys. I mean, it is what it is. They look fine for the people who are going to want to play them. The biggest thing that stood out to me, honestly, was the fact that you could put stickers on the Pokeball and make things. I'm kind of into that. I was like, that's
actually
pretty
cool. Yeah, that is actually pretty cool.
Okay, what stood out to you? What was the thing that they showed? A new thing that stood out to you?
Okay, so for me, it was more, I forget what they called it, but it's part of that Grand Underground. It's brand new to the game, and I forget what they called it, but you can go there and explore it, and depending on what you put in your secret base as
The
decorations,
statues. Yeah.
yeah, so that'll alter what appears in that area. So for me, that's exciting. It's funny because the general consensus from the Pokemon community is that they don't want that feature. They don't like that. They don't like having to change the items in their secret base. But me, I'm pumped for that. I can't remember what they called it, but I'm pumped for that. I think that's cool.
I thought it looked cool. I mean, I
Yeah.
thought to me stuff like that though, I'm like, man, this is going to be too hard. Now I got to figure out what statues I got to put here to get to me, for somebody like me, like a casual player, like even if I played the game, I'd probably be like, I'm good on that.
So
I probably won't even mess with it.
I got a secret for you is that we all just use basically one website to find out what the combinations are for the items to get the
Oh,
Pokemon that we
wow.
want. That's
Wow.
that's the dirty secret, dude.
Okay, you just changed my entire life.
That's
Never
the dirty
mind.
secret.
I'm a huge Pokemon fan. I love it. And I can't wait to get very in depth with all of
Yep.
this stuff. That's interesting. Gee,
Yep.
did you pay much attention to that one, to that game?
Diamond and Pearl specifically. I think I paid more attention to it when it first got released, or the announcement of its eventual release. I
mean,
was,
they showed stuff like this time. There's new stuff, but it's like,
it's the same.
I mean, we're getting what we're like. Everybody
we're
knows what it is, and
yeah.
This is what I was talking about earlier to you guys. I said I was going to bring up here. My little brother was here last night, and he wanted to play this because he hasn't seen this thing yet. And I was like, "Yeah, man, I'll fire it up." And he's only what, 5 years younger than me, so he's what, he's about to be 30. Anyway, he was looking through the Game Boy Advance stuff, and he's like, "Oh man, Fire Red." Like, yes. Like, I'm about to hop on this. But he started playing it, and then once he did, I was like, "Did you see the Diamond and Pearl remakes?" And he was like, "Man," he's like, "Honestly, I don't need these games remade. Like, he's like, I've played all these games so much." He's like, especially this one. Like he said, like this game right here. You know how many times I've played this game? Talking about Fire Red. It's like, I've played it in so many different forms. And, to a certain point, he's like, they're all basically the same thing with a different path. That's like, there's other stuff that's different, but it's like, we're done with this. Like, it's time to move on. He's like, that's why I don't get so excited for him anymore, because they're just the same thing. And he's not a competitive player, so he's not, you know what I mean?
Well,
But that was kind of his take on it. What do you think about that take?
so I don't think there's anything wrong with it because it's the same reason that I didn't play Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. That
loved
game,
it.
yeah. See, and so we've talked a little bit about that.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's not a bad game by any stretch of the imagination. It's a fantastic game. Haven't played it, but the reason I haven't played it is because it is a direct remake of actually the same game that your brother was playing. He was playing Fire Red.
Yeah.
Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee is essentially a remake of that.
Right, and that's what he said.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, I just played it on Switch. I literally just played this on Switch. I was like,
Yep.
yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
And there are some differences. Fire Red and Leaf Green have a few differences in the game that make it funner. There's a series of islands in Fire Red and Leaf Green that you can visit and that kind of stuff that make it different from the originals. Just like Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee's has a few things, kind of like you were saying. But for me, so I understand completely where he's coming from because I have not a whole ton of desire to play those older remakes. As far as we're talking about Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, I'm a little bit more excited for it because it is a newer game, right? It's not Pokemon Red and Blue that's been remade 6 ways from Sunday, 5,000 different times that everyone's played, over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Diamond and Pearl are a little bit different for at least me. Because I didn't play that game as extensively as some other people did. That was when that game released. I had gotten married and was a little bit busier in life, and I did play it, but I didn't play it to the extent that I played some of the other ones. So I'm very excited, but that's the perspective, right? There's not really, if you've played it before and you played it to death, there might not be a whole ton for you to get excited for. So that's kind of the sad truth about the remakes.
Yeah, that my thought of Diamond and Pearl is that it is not made for someone who has played the game that it was remade of, like the game that they remade to make this. It's not for that person. It's for the new generation to experience the game, not again, but for the first time, and especially in a way that instead of just porting the original Game Boy game or DS game or whatever the remake has been, because they've done, like you said earlier, Bagoof, they've done lots of remakes, and like
So-
this is for the new people, the young kids who are going to look at the old Game Boy games or whatever it was, the old game, and go,
And be like, I'm not playing that.
I'm not playing that. And I want to
Yeah.
use the example of Ocarina of Time with myself, because that's kind of
Oh, here we go.
No.
Oh no. Oh no. Here we go.
that game.
Uh-oh.
That game, for people who've played it back in the day, they love it. And for me who didn't play it, I'm like, and it's not just Ocarina of Time. I've used that example because this is the big Zelda community here and everything like that. A lot for me, I don't play a lot of older games because they're old. I did not game. I was alive in the late 90s, early 2000s. I did not game. I didn't get into gaming until the Xbox 360. And I'm a modern gamer. Like I don't really enjoy the older games. I've learned that by trying to replay Ocarina of Time. Well, not replay, trying to play Ocarina of Time. It's like I don't enjoy this experience. I didn't like it back then, and I don't like it now. It's nothing
Hey, listen,
personal.
it's fine. You are our resident, our in-house noob.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's nothing personal.
that's-
It's nothing personal to the
it's fine.
games. I respect the story is amazing.
Breaking news! I hate to break up the party here, but this just in: Soulja Boy is now the new owner and CEO of Nintendo.
You're joking.
I'm getting the news coming in right here. No,
Please tell me that this is a bit.
it was in the chat. There,
Okay.
I looked over and saw it. I thought it was funny.
I was about to lose my
Obviously,
shit.
I'm kidding.
We've already broken the
So,
curse barrier. So
Soulja Switch Pro coming soon.
Oh my gosh.
oh my god,
It
he
might be better
might.
than the.
It might be better than the OLED. It will
I was
be.
gonna say it might be better than the Diamond and Pearl Switch Lite that they released.
Okay, let's go with that for a second. How do you feel about that? Because I'm not gonna get it. I say I'm not gonna get it, but it's metallic, and that's cool.
So how do I feel about it?
Yeah.
Shoot, man. So for me, they did it on purpose. It's exactly like the old DS
It
Lite,
looks
right?
it's
So-
identical.
And Geeb and I were talking about that. The honest truth is I actually think it's cool. If I don't want a Switch Lite, I had one and I sold it just because I wanted to be able to dock my Switch and I don't
Right.
need two Switches.
I have
But-
the other Pokemon one up there. It's on the shelf on a
And
stand.
see,
Like I don't even use it.
Yeah, and see that one's awesome. And so is this one in its own respect. What's awesome about it though is that it's a callback, right? So
Yeah.
and then but see they're playing on that. So and Geeb, like kind of back to what you were saying about Diamond and Pearl. Real quick, I'll take this back for 1 second. I agree with you on Diamond and Pearl with one caveat, and the caveat is the nostalgia factor, right? So like if you can get those gamers that played it, right?
Yeah.
They'll want to play that. But you know what I mean because of the nostalgia factor. But
Yeah.
for me, dude, that Switch Lite, I think it's pretty dope. Honestly, the Switch Lite's pretty dope.
It's metallic.
Yeah,
It's
if I-
metallic.
yeah. If I was on the market for a Switch Lite, I'd totally buy it. I just
want to
don't need
see it in person. I just want to see it
Yeah.
in person.
It's
Like,
cool.
you know what? If I get it, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to do an unboxing video. I'm going to look at it. And then I'm going to put it back in the bag and I'm going to go return it. I don't
Dude.
need another Switch Lite. I literally, in this house right now, I have 4 Switch Lights in this house right now.
Not including your regular Switches.
And 2 of those.
Oh my gosh.
I don't need any more.
Yeah.
I need to get rid of some of these Switch Lights is what I need to do.
Yeah.
That one, obviously, I'm not going to get rid of. But like my yellow one, I bought it because I wanted the yellow one. But that was like right at the point when I was like switching over to going back to the regular Switch because I started streaming a bunch. And it was like going back and forth sucks. So I've literally used that. That's a brand new Switch. It's brand new.
Yeah.
I've used it like 4 times.
At this point for me, I have games I play on my Switch Lite, which actually Pokemon is one of the games I just play on my Switch Lite. The Let's Go Eevee that I have. That's the Switch Lite game for me. And there are certain games I just play on Switch Lite because going back and forth they make it living hell for you. So I don't go back and forth. I do love my Switch Lite. I think
it's easier now.
Yeah, it's easier now, but it's still hell.
Well, here's the thing: what they do now. Now it's just the first time you play the game on that system, it'll say, "Hey, there's cloud backup stuff on another system that you don't have on this one. You need to go download it.
Yeah.
So then you go into the menu and download it. But after that, if you do it that first time, they start talking to each other after that. And they'll make sure it's updated on both. So
It's not
it is
perfect.
way easier to do now.
It's not perfect,
But it's
though.
not. No, it's not. It's not every time.
It's
Sometimes
messed
you
up.
can go to it and be like, okay, this isn't where I was. It hasn't updated.
Yeah.
It's
sometimes when
janky.
you do that, where you go back and you're like, oh, you thought it's saved. You go in your game. Then right there, then what happens is oh crap,
It overwrites your
it
save.
overwrites
Yeah.
your save, and it's like that's not cool. So
Yeah, it's not cool.
so again,
No, it's not cool.
It's better, but it doesn't mean that it's good.
Yeah, I do like that Switch though. I think it looks cool.
Yeah.
What would be cool is for somebody who has that DS, just to
yeah.
have that Switch.
Oh yeah.
You know, a collector. Like, come on, you got to put those beside each other. Like that's
So
that's a no-brainer.
the funniest thing about all this is I've been involved in the Pokemon community for years, and not really talked to many just like Nintendo fans, right?
Mhm.
That are not so involved in the Pokemon community. But it's interesting because Pokemon community people hate that thing, but Nintendo, just general Nintendo people, love it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's awesome, and I think it's cool. It's awesome. I like it. I mean, like I said, if I was in the market for one, I'd pick it up.
I'm a hardware guy, man. I'm all about it. Like I love like special editions, like that Animal Crossing one. Yep. That Monster Hunter one. Yep. If I could have had that Mario one, I would have. Just couldn't do it at the time. Could not pull the trigger at the time. But if honestly, that would be the one I'd be using right now because that red Switch would look amazing with these Zelda Joy-Cons on the side of it. It would look absolutely fantastic.
Dude, that red Switch, I was at first I'm like, okay, that's good. And then I got my opinions got skewed a little bit after watching the internet. And it's like, it's all right, it's fine. And then now it's like FOMO. And it's like, that thing.
It is so cool.
It
gorgeous.
Is cool. The red one's
I
cool.
need it.
I hope we see more of that with the OLED. But we're getting off track here. Let's go to the
What is a track? There's no track here. Let's go back to Soulja Boy.
You. Bing bong bong.
Oh my god.
Bing bong bong.
If this one, I don't know how long we've been going. If this one's long, I'm sorry, but I don't care. This is fun.
We're going. We're going. It's not too bad.
It's fine.
It's good.
It's 3 hours.
Okay, so Legends Arceus. I am very, very, very excited about this game now. I was excited when I saw it the first time. Seeing it this time and everything we saw, I just sign me up.
Really?
I'm there, day one. Can't wait. Cannot wait. I have some issues.
Interesting.
We'll get into it.
Interesting.
Oh, dude, I'm there. I can't wait.
The goof?
Oh man, so I'll be honest. The visuals, everything looks great, right? I love the new evolutions. I love the new forms, right? Which is something that we get pretty much every game since X and Y, really. But and we've been getting new evolutions since really Diamond and Pearl, and before. So like I'm excited for it. I'm a little concerned because the more I do some digging, right? But you have to remember what I'm worried about, right?
Yeah.
So I play competitively. I like to play. I like to battle. I like to do all of that. So either way, I'm excited about the game. What I'm a little bit worried about is, will this game have some kind of way for me to battle my friends, or me to it? So the thing that they revealed in the Pokemon Presents was that it will not have a ranked match system, which doesn't necessarily matter. That's important to me. Ranked is fun for me because you can play the
and
game.
Did you see when they said it and how they said it?
Yeah, it was. Oh, they
It was
just made sure.
right at the end, like, oh yeah, everything's sticking to Sword Shield.
Yep. The only reason I'm not concerned necessarily about that is it doesn't mean it won't have a battling component. You know what I mean? All that means is all that really means is that Sword and Shield will continue to be the competitive standard for them for their VGC format, right? So if you actually go to like a regional event or something like that, the Sword and Shield will continue to be the standard game that they use for that format. But I am a little concerned because it's funny. You could talk to. I was on I was on some other Twitch streamers streams today, just trying to get a feel for how they felt about the game. And hey, do you think there's going to be battling? I had one streamer go, no, they've already said there's not going to be. And then I had another one go, we're not sure yet, but I think there will
they
be.
haven't said anything. They
no.
haven't said no. And we
so
looked.
Yep.
We looked on the eShop because you guys know what happened last time I didn't look on the eShop. And I can pull this back up right now because I still have it here. Now, it says number of players, 1 player. But the line right below that, it says number of players online, 2 players. And then we also have here number of players, local wireless, 2 players.
Yep.
That doesn't necessarily mean there's going to be battling, though.
No.
That could just be you guys out, 2 people together out,
Right.
Well, what it more than likely means if it's not battling, what it more than likely means is just trading to complete your Pokedex.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think about that.
I don't think that's going to be the case, though. There's no way.
That would be weak, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's no way. There's no way. So here's the thing, right? We'll get into it a little bit. So that's my concern, right? The bright light at the end of the tunnel for me is you have new forms like the Growlithe. You have
You mean that Chauncey?
Yeah, Chauncey, right? Chauncey-mon, right?
Chauncey.
Chauncey. So then you've got new evolutions like Basculegion. And you guys might not know so much about.
Wait, which one was that?
So Basculegion's the fish the
big fish.
Yep,
and
yep.
you could ride them. You could ride. Okay. I'm going to stop you for 1 second so I don't forget this. The fact that is this open world and you can literally use a bird as a hang glider to get from place to place. Like, come on, dude. That's awesome.
It is.
That's awesome.
But go finish your point, and then I got lots to say.
Sure.
Okay,
yeah.
Well, not yet, because I know you're gonna shit all over this, but you're not allowed to do it yet.
You don't know me.
But so for someone like me who's concerned about the deeper aspects of the game and playing people online, right? That's the bright light at the end of the tunnel. They do not introduce new forms or new evolutions into the game just for the sake of doing it. Usually what they do it for is to balance the meta or to change up the meta, right? And the meta being the way, like the game after the game kind of Pokemon players talk about, right? So it changes up the balance of what the battle structure is, because a lot of times when a game is out for a long time, like Sword and Shield, people will figure out what the most competitive Pokemon are, and it causes the game to get stale if you're battling, just all the time. So what they'll usually do with Pokemon like Basculegion or whatever Growlithe's evolved form is going to be, a lot of times they balance the meta with those Pokemon. And so for me, even though I'm a little bit concerned, I'm optimistic because things like that psychic type Braviary, which was the bird, right, with the glowing feathers on its head.
Yes.
So
that's the one you fly with, right?
Yes, and that's a brand new form of an already existing Pokemon. And so the thing about those kinds of things is in the past they've done that to balance the meta. And so for me, even though I'm trying to set my expectations properly, but I am very expectant that for the people that want to play competitively online, there will be a way for you to do that, which will be really awesome, especially with the new battle structure. There's a change to the way the speed mechanic works, and then we found out, so that was already huge.
Yeah, okay, that's what I want to go into now. The battle mechanics, how they've changed that. I told my little brother, because again, big Pokemon fan. I told him about that last night, and he was like, "Are you serious?" I was like, "Yeah, there's same move, 2 different ways. It does different things." It's like, and another thing too, I want to ask you about, because I'm not quite clear on what they mean by this, but like they said that it's not just turn-based. It's like,
no,
sometimes you could get 2 turns, or sometimes
Monster
you
Hunter.
could get more than one, or skipped. Okay, and how is that going to work? That's what I didn't understand.
So it'll work pretty similarly to, like, I think it'll work the same way that games like Final Fantasy like 10 and after work, where it's more action-based RPG. It still is kind of a turn-based structure,
Right.
but instead
It's
of
just
being,
not you go, I go, you go, I go.
right. What it is now is the Pokemon with the higher speed stat, because Pokemon all have stats, right? There's HP, attack, defense, special attack, special defense, and speed. Those are traditionally the stats that all Pokemon have, right?
Mhm.
So they might have restructured that system for this game, and I would imagine that they have. But the way that the speed mechanic works is, if your Pokemon's faster than the opposing one, it might be able to go multiple turns before the other one even gets a chance to attack.
Okay.
In the past, the Pokemon with the higher speed stat goes first, and then the other one attacks after.
Okay. So it was just default. Like if you just had
Yep.
the higher stat, then you go. Okay,
Yeah,
that
and
makes
the
sense.
only
That's way
and the
better. God, that's
and
way
yeah, and
better.
so the only caveat to that is there are so in current generations and even prior generations, there are specific moves that allow for a different move priority. So like a move like quick attack will always go before a move like flamethrower or something. Quick attack has like a +1 priority over flamethrower. So even if your Pokemon is slower than the Pokemon using flamethrower, if you use quick attack, your Pokemon will go first. So that's the only caveat to that in current generations, right? But with this, so what works differently in this generation, in this game, Legends Arceus, is that you have your speed stat that works the way that we've talked about, where if you're faster, you might get the opportunity to strike multiple times before the other Pokemon gets a move in. The advantage for the slower Pokemon, though, is that
It's the
you
power.
well, there's the power, and then there's also the agile, right? The agile move or whatever it was called, right? So
Yeah.
that might still give you, depending on what Pokemon's all about stat calculations. There's a lot of math that happens behind the scenes. It's 100% for nerds, right?
I was about to say that. I was like, it sounds like some nerd math stuff to me, man.
It is.
I,
It
I
is.
mean, I'm down. I'm down.
It
Don't
is.
get me wrong. You know, I'm a nerd. It's all good. I'm just not.
But
I'm not a math nerd. Maybe that's why I'm
so
not good at Pokemon.
well, sometimes, and that's the thing. There's damage calcs and those kinds of things you can do online, calculators for those kinds of things. So you don't have to be that big of a nerd.
So you're fixing all these problems I have. You're fixing all of them for me. You just tell me, oh, there's a website for that. There's a
Yeah,
website for that.
dude, that's the dirty secret. That's the dirty secret of Pokemon, dude, is that we all use these stat calculators, right? And you can memorize Pokemon stats. Like if you use one commonly, like you'll know that this one's got like a base speed of 110 or whatever, right? And you know what that means when you've played for so long. But back to the kind of the point is the cool thing about the power moves and the agile moves or whatever it was that they called them, I don't remember off the top of my head, is that it might give a slower Pokemon the opportunity to still move before it gets struck 2 or 3 times.
Very
The
interesting.
move is just weaker, right? So when you use the faster move, the agile move or whatever, it's nerfed a little bit. But if you use the power move, the power version of the move, you might be a little bit slower, but it's more powerful. So I can already tell you where that's useful. Let's say, so you guys watched me stream a little bit of Pokemon the other day. Drip, you missed it, I think, actually, but there was
I came in at the end.
Yep.
Yes, I was like,
There-
God
yep.
bless. That's what I was waiting to see, and I missed
And
it.
and there was a time where my Pokemon survived on 2 HP, and Parallax was there, so Parallax can tell you about it. But anyways, my Pokemon survived on 2 HP when I expected it to go down. Luckily, my Pokemon was faster than the opposing Pokemon, so I could come back and just kill him. It didn't matter that I had 2 HP because I was still faster and I could come back and go next turn.
Yeah.
Let's pretend though for a second that that scenario happens in Legends Arceus in an online battle with your friend or somebody online, right? I'm down to 2 HP. I'm the slower Pokemon, right? What am I going to do? Well, it sounds like to me what the agile move means is it gives you a slight boost of speed. So what it might mean in online competitive play is that move might be weaker, but let's say I've got my opponent whittled down to, a killable range in his HP. If I can strike first, I can win, but my Pokemon's slower. But let's use the agile move and see what happens. And it ends up making me move faster and I pick up the kill.
So really, this is adding an entire new wrinkle
Yes.
into everything.
Yes, it's so
It is a big deal. That's what I'm saying. Like the fact that they're putting that in there, because I don't know because I've never been in that situation, but like just from what I hear you saying, like it's adding an entirely new.
It's
Like
changing
you could
the
literally
game.
take it so many different ways.
Dude, so here's the beautiful part. Are you ready for this? This is what the best thing is about this game. If it has online battling, right? It levels the playing field for everybody. I've been playing Pokemon for years.
You
But
hear
the way
that? You hear that, everyone?
the way that
We're
this
in.
game
We're
is
back.
and that's just it. So right now, I'll probably like someone like me or like a competitive VGC player will probably have an edge against a brand new person. But we're all going, if there is an online battling component, we're all going to have to learn this new structure for the way it works. It is like, I wouldn't say it's quite Breath of the Wild level.
I was about to.
I
We're
wouldn't
getting
say
it.
it.
That's next, but
Yeah.
go ahead.
So sorry, I'll hold that off for a little bit. But regardless of where I was going with that, it is huge. It's huge. It adds so much layer of depth to the strategy. Like it's already 4D chess, right? I like to joke around because that term gets thrown around a lot nowadays,
Yeah.
right? But I like to say that. Well, literally, it takes it from 4D chess to making it like 6D or 8D chess. If I want to sound ridiculous, it's crazy. It's a huge change.
That's insane.
It's huge.
Okay. All right. So I think we've covered the battle system. I mean, obviously it's a big change. This is the thing. Now I have issues with it, and Geeb, I think your issues are my issues, but we're gonna save that for a minute. Here's something I found interesting. Someone in the Discord yesterday said, "Oh, this is only 13 gigabytes. This map is going to be super small." And I was like, "No, Breath of the Wild is 13.4 gigabytes."
That's someone who
Like-
doesn't know what they're talking about.
Well, I'm not going to call him out by
Uh-oh.
name.
Uh-oh. Who did I just...
Anyway, I told him. I
Did I
was
just
like,
offend
no,
somebody?
Breath of the Wild is the same size. And he was like, no, Breath of the Wild's 30 gigs. I was like,
No.
it's not. And I Googled it right after. I was like, Breath of the Wild 30 gigs? Am I crazy? Because I thought it was like 13.
By definition,
13.4.
by definition, they don't know what they're talking about.
Okay. So that really makes me, like I said earlier, you're flying around on this bird, on this eagle, this beautiful American bald eagle,
Yeah.
only a different color. You're literally hang gliding off of it over potentially a world the size of Hyrule in Breath of the Wild. We don't know how big it is yet, but I'm with the size of the game, I think we're gonna have to weigh out, like, you know, how many Pokemon are in this game, because that's gonna take up some space here. But I mean, I think this world is gonna be massive.
Yeah.
Like they have that central mountain in the middle.
Yep.
But it looks like, I mean, if you look at the map, I think it's on the website that I saw it. The snow area in the back is huge.
Yeah.
It is huge. But I mean, I am really, really wondering, like, how big do you think this is actually going to be? Like I said, taking into consideration all the character models that we're going to have in this, because we didn't have that in Breath of the Wild. We had very limited character models as far as enemies, as far as really anything in the entire world. Like very, very limited. The world was massive. So we're going to kind of have a trade-off here. I mean, how much do you guys think the trade-off will be? How big? Okay, let's just do, compared to Breath of the Wild, to the Hyrule and Breath of the Wild, how big do you think this map is going to be? As big? Not close? Somewhere in the middle?
Goof.
Do you want to go first?
Oh, you go ahead, dude.
Okay, so I think it has the potential to be just as big as Breath of the Wild. It all depends on what the Pokedex is. What size is the Pokedex in the game? Meaning, what Pokemon are available to get? Because that
Okay, well,
will
before you go any further, let me ask you this. Give me a number in your head. What do you think?
it's gonna be okay. So off the top of my head, it'll probably be at least, we've got almost 1,000 different Pokemon, and if you count forms, because Pokemon have multiple forms. There are some Pokemon that have as many as like over 10 different forms.
Right, and obviously that's a completely different character model.
It is, yeah. And so I doubt we'll see those kinds of Pokemon, though, to be honest, because they'll take up a lot of unnecessary space. So the thing that I'm thinking, though, and this is just my completely novice opinion, and then kind of based off of what we've seen with them limiting Sword and Shield to, we'll probably see anywhere from 300 to maybe 400 Pokemon, individual Pokemon in the game.
Damn.
So it's pretty sizable. It
Yeah.
could be less, though. It could be less. I mean, it could be as little as 250.
Do you think people will riot if it's 250?
I think Pokemon fans will 100% riot if it's only 250. Yes.
They
Because
definitely
that's
will.
what. Because that's what-
1,000%.
Yes. That's what we do.
Yes, I know. I've seen it. I watched it. It happens. Gee, what do you think? What do you think? Where are you at?
Well, I have a lot to say because you guys talked a lot about it. So, but I want to address it. The first thing I want to address is going off of the size of the world, how big the world is, to me, that is an irrelevant question at the moment. Because when I saw that trailer yesterday, I was with you, Drip, at the very beginning with the first trailer that came out a few months ago. I was really hype. I'm like, this is Breath of the Wild Pokemon. It's clearly in like alpha, and it's not, there's a lot to be done, a lot to be added, but this is a good start. And then as the months went on, I got a little worried. Like, I mean, it's coming out in January. I mean, like, how much can they actually do? And we got this other trailer.
They did do a lot.
We got this
It's
other trailer
different.
on Wednesday, and for me, I saw the same game that except for
you got to go back and watch the first trailer
the
again.
battle system. Well, okay, if it's really that different than the first trailer, then that means that it was really bad, and it's just less bad now because it's empty. Okay, Breath of the Wild. The fun about Experience Breath of the Wild is that yes, it's big, but there's shit in it. You can go places, you can climb things, you can do stuff, you can go in buildings, you can find relics, you can do. There's lots of stuff in Breath. It's full. This place is barren. It is literally like a wasteland, but like it's not wasted. It's just they're not. It's the opposite of wasted. It's before it even got developed. It's underdeveloped. There's grass and trees, and there's like the one tree for like 50 square miles, and it's.
So Geeb,
go ahead.
The only thing that I'll add to that is you have to remember the goal in this game is not the same as something like Breath of the Wild. I bet you though that there will be some kind of quests in this game. There will certainly be side quests. It's something they've experimented with in previous games. But so I agree with you. I do agree with you. Just remember though that this isn't Breath of the Wild. This is not an adventure, an action adventure RPG. This is more of a turn-based thing where catching Pokemon is the goal. So I agree with you to an extent, but just remember the goal is catching Pokemon. So these areas aren't necessarily barren. But the question is how many Pokemon will be available to you? And then a lot of times what they do is they'll give you alternative methods with which to use to lure certain Pokemon out in a way. So yes, I hear what you're saying. Just give it a little time to maybe see. I think there will be some stuff in between, but the goal here in this game sounds like catching a lot of Pokemon. And so that's kind of the question is what are they going to do with that mechanic? Because it does, or at least it should boil down to more than just, oh, I see that Pokemon in the grass over there.
It does.
Yeah.
It does though. Did you see what actually, because it says like, that's the thing too. You have to remember this, the concerns you're having, Geeb, that it's empty, but it is kind of empty because it's years and years and years ago before they developed this land. It's literally just, and I know you're talking about not enough trees, not enough this and that, which fair, very fair.
Mm-hmm.
But I do know this, they're all about catching tons and tons and tons and tons of Pokemon in this game, because just because I do know this because I looked it up on the website. Just because you catch one type of that Pokemon, it's not in your Pokedex. That doesn't mean you get it. That means you start to research it enough to have something to go off of. But then you have to get another one. Maybe it's like a male-female thing. I'm not sure exactly how it is, or different levels or whatever. But you have to catch multiple of all these things, and they have to be different so you can actually get it in the Pokedex. Yeah. I do know that. So I mean, you're going to be catching a shit ton of Pokemon. That's for sure.
I guess my issues boil down simply to this. Yes, graphics, obviously. Like everyone else.
I have an issue with the graphics. We're going to talk about in a little bit.
Obviously, my issues are graphics, but like if I have to walk, I have lost my train of thought. But like if I have to walk in a Breath of the Wild size map that is that empty and boring.
But you don't have to walk. You could fly, or you could ride a deer. Or you could ride a big ass fish.
We need to stop, as of right now, until we get another trailer or we get it released and it's different. We need to stop calling this Breath of the Wild a Pokemon, because it's absolutely not.
I agree though.
Absolutely not,
Okay,
because that's not.
I disagree with that.
That's not
what
we saw yesterday.
Saying Breath of the Wild,
your hype
is
a loose overshadowing
term.
the actual reality.
They're saying anybody who says Breath of the Wild Pokemon, it's open world.
It's not. How is it open world? Tell me how it's open world.
Because you can go wherever because you can go wherever you want.
Where? Did we see that in the trailer yesterday? Where did they go yesterday?
You can fly.
Where?
You can literally fly.
He jumped
Are you
off.
telling me,
He jumped
now,
off a
hold on.
cliff,
You're gonna
and they
sit
caught
here
it,
right
and then the
now-
trailer it
No,
cut.
no. No, hold on a second. You're gonna sit here right now and
Just 'cause
tell
you're
me
louder doesn't mean that
you
you're
can
right.
fly. You can fly, but they're gonna stop where you can go.
Fly where?
In the air.
In the Skyward Sword
No.
trailer, when you fly, we saw where you fly. You fly lots of places.
You
Where
go
did you? He
down.
fell off a cliff, and it picked him up, and then it cut to the next scene. It didn't fly anywhere.
But it is an open world. They've already said it's an open world.
Did they say it?
It's an open world. You're going to be able to fly over. Yes, I'm telling you. I think
Okay.
you're being
Open to what?
you're-
Grass and tree. Singular.
we have
So,
not seen any of that stuff
to
yet.
be-
We haven't
and that's
seen any
just
we
of it.
haven't seen anything. That's exactly
that's
the point I'm
just it.
trying to make.
But that's just it. That's just it, right? This game comes out in January.
Yeah.
If they were to give away too much, right, and that's something that they're very good about doing. Well, they have been recently, at least. They're not going to give you too much. They got to generate. They got to be able to generate some hype around December and that kind of thing before.
Can
the
I
game
get a
launches.
pebble? Can I get a rock on the ground?
You've got one.
Can I get one? Can I get more than one? I'm sorry. Can I get two? Because I saw one pebble,
I saw
one
at least two.
blade
I
of
saw at
grass,
least two.
and one tree. It's barren. It's boring.
Old man Geeb is
the
back.
fighting. No.
Oh, he's mad. He's
The
so mad.
fighting. Like, I want to talk about the fighting. That shit looks fun and cool.
Dude, it looks great.
It
Oh,
looks
the
awesome.
whole battle
But-
system, the combat looks great.
But how about let's go back and let's look at Skyward Sword, Sword and Shield. Let's look at that real quick, because Drip,
Yeah.
I know you didn't watch too much of it, but you saw the battle sequence in that game, right? That battle sequence is epic. It's way cooler than I thought it was. Yesterday on Bagoof's stream,
Yeah.
I saw
Well,
it for the
that- yeah.
first time. It was awesome.
Okay.
Where's that battle
let's talk
sequence
about
in this
this.
game? We don't have to transport to an arena, but where's
No,
the cool?
listen, let's talk about this.
Where's all that
Let's
stuff?
talk about this.
Where is it?
Real quick.
You're fast. You can hit twice now instead.
Oh my god. Old man Geeb
That's
is back.
that's Skyward. I keep saying Skyward Sword and Shield, and then
Cancel.
look, you can hit twice.
Okay, listen.
I threw pebble at
Let's
you.
look at what we saw in this thing. Let's look at what we saw.
Yeah,
Let's look at what we saw.
nothing. Yeah.
Let's compare that to the wild area in Sword and Shield.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not. Listen, the Sword and Shield
I
sucks
hated
as
the
far
wild.
as that.
I thought
Yeah.
like I got to the wild area and I was
Yeah.
like, wow, this is a massive disappointment.
Yeah.
Massive
See,
disappointment.
I agree.
And the
I
wild
look at
area,
this and I don't see massive disappointment. I
No.
see potential.
Potential,
That's
but
just me.
it's a young
gotta
prospect that hasn't
be-
developed yet. to use,
Well, I
use a
think-
sports term.
I think largely we've seen. Dude, I mean, if this game is as big as Breath of the Wild, just keep in mind that Breath of the Wild also has a lot of barren spots, right? So, I mean, I'm with you though, because like I don't know. I think this game, from what I've seen, yes, I think it will be open world, but I don't know that it will be on the scale of Breath of the Wild. I just don't know.
Probably not. But I
And
mean,
none of us, yeah. But like, but just bear in mind, even if it is like a fraction of the size of Breath of the Wild, maybe 2/3 the size or whatever, Breath of the Wild does.
That's massive.
It is, and then on top of that, Breath of the Wild does. It's one of many Breath of the Wild fanboys' complaints. It's got a lot of open space. Let's be honest.
Dude, I'm all about that because it
Yeah.
takes like if you're walking, dude, it takes forever to
Yeah.
get to where you're going. That's another thing we didn't see. I wonder in this game if there's going to be any type of fast travel.
Well, I don't think so, because I don't think so. And if there is, it'll probably be Breath of the Wild-esque. I would imagine that they'll have some kind of checkpoint like the shrines, right? But right off the bat, no, I don't think so, because
They're
in the
going to have
past-
what's the thing in the wild they're going to have? They have like base camps out there,
Yeah.
right?
yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So, I don't know. If there is, there probably will be, but if there is, it's going to be something like that you have to unlock, right? Where you get to a place, maybe you complete a challenge or something like that. But in the past, the fast travel mechanic has been things like flying, right? If you guys remember from the old days of Pokemon, your brother probably remembers, you would teach your Pokemon the move fly, and it would get you back to previous Pokemon centers that you had gotten to. Well, now your bird flies.
Yeah. So a sword and
Right.
shield, you can take the crow.
Right. And so now there probably will be, but I would imagine if they're going to do something like that in a big open space, it would probably be more checkpoint related, like Breath of the Wild. But I don't know. That's just speculation on my part.
And it's also interesting because like we literally saw them flying around. Like
Yeah.
if you can fly like that, do you really need fast travel? That because I mean, getting to point A to point B on a it's like taking an airplane.
Yeah. I mean, fast travel would be convenient, but is it necessary? Probably not. In that case, it just depends.
Okay, I think I don't think I explained well enough my issues with this game. I'm
Okay.
excited for it too. Don't get me wrong here, and I'm not getting old man Geeb. I promise. That's not what this is. What I saw with my eyes, and it's what is it, August 20th, and it comes out in what 5 months?
Yeah, we're close to done. It's done. I mean,
if it's done, then I didn't see enough, because the hype, and maybe the issue is the people's hype, including us, because we did a podcast when it first came out. We did a podcast about it.
Yeah.
We were part of that. We hyped this thing up, and it's like it's not delivering on as of now. It's not delivering of what we hyped it up to be. It's just not.
For me,
For me,
it is
not.
though. For me, I'm looking at this and I'm like, let me say this. Maybe you are right. Maybe we talked about this in a Breath of the Wild sense, and I can tell you right now, this is not going to be Breath of the Wild. This is not going to be Pokemon's. It's not. This is not what this is. It is a huge, giant leap forward, but it's not that. But I mean, if you're sitting here comparing it to Breath of the Wild, no, like it can't hold a candle to Breath of the Wild. Like as far as what is going on in that game and the way that things work, and like that game is built in a completely. They're two different games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're trying to do two different things. So I mean, trying to compare it to that, you're never going to be happy for what this is. And from where it is coming from, this is massive. It's huge.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm very excited to see it. And honestly, if this is the first version of this type of Pokemon game, like if this is the let's try it out and see how it goes, like imagine what the next one's going to be.
Yeah. And that's largely. Oh, go ahead, Jeep.
I was just gonna say that, like, think of the potential of this game, what it could be, and maybe it's
Exactly.
not. Maybe it's not this version. Maybe it's the next one.
Yep.
But like, here's what I envision. Here's this game, this new Pokemon game, in perfect form as far as what I'm concerned, is a mix of not Breath of the Wild, but Monster Hunter Stories and Monster Hunter Rise. A baby between those two games, they make a baby.
It's a lot like that.
And it's like you're in an open world where you're running around, you're doing your normal Pokemon things, you're catching Pokemon, you're battling Pokemon, but you run into Steve over there. And Steve, hey, oh God, you can either run away from Steve or you can fight Steve. Maybe Steve chases you down. You throw your ball at Steve, hits him in the head, go, oh crap! Oh God, let me throw my Pidgeotto at you. Let's fight. Like that, and then the Monster Hunter Stories aspect of it is like, the graphics, the turn by turn based whatever you call it, combat, all that, like, but Pokemon, because I think honestly right now I'd rather put my money in Monster Hunter Stories than I would in this Pokemon Arceus at this moment. That's just me.
Hot take. That's a hot
That's
take.
just me. I mean,
I mean, hey, that's your opinion. It's your opinion. I'm not gonna take it from you. I just disagree. I'm all in on this game, man. I can't wait.
So I think after being a longtime Pokemon fan, that I've learned to do is temper my expectations, right? Geeb, you and I were talking about this yesterday, where the graphics of Sword and Shield just look like trash.
Oh yeah.
And the funny thing about it is so you brought that up. The funniest thing about it for me is it's something I just look completely past because I'm not in it for that. Does that make sense? So it depends on. We'll see where this goes. I'm less interested in the graphics and those kinds of things. Me personally, I'm more interested in the actual content of the game, what the mechanics are, what the deep stat systems are. Because there's even potential there for the trainer, for your character, for your playable character. Think about this, right? This is something that I haven't heard too many people talk about, and I could be completely off base here. Maybe I'm wishing for too much, but your playable character can take damage from wild Pokemon.
Yeah.
That's not something we've seen before. So I'm wondering, one of the first thoughts that I had was, does that mean that the player has some sort of stat system? And I'm inclined to believe that the answer to that is yes.
It has to be, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If the player didn't have that type of stat system or a health or any, like,
How do
what's the point?
How do you calculate damage, right? How do
Right.
you
What's the point in
so
having them take
right.
damage if they don't,
Yep.
if it doesn't show,
And so
yeah.
the other thing is that I think we're so again, this is kind of my wild hope. But remember from the trailer, from the Pokemon Presents and everything, there were 4 different cores in that game. There was like the, the research core or whatever they called them. Do you remember what I'm
Yeah.
talking about? So I'm wondering if those are clans. And what I'm wondering is if there's some kind of class system, right? Like Skyward Sword or something like that, where you pick, I want to be the mage. I want to be, right? You know what I'm talking about?
Okay.
So
I
I'm
got you.
I'm wondering, what I'm wondering is if your player can take damage, that tells me that there is some kind of hidden stat calculation system. That also leads me to believe there's more to your trainer. And I could be wrong, but I'm interested to see if there's some kind of class system that attaches to your playable character that also then affects the stats of the Pokemon in your party. Because let's talk about layers real
Oh
quick,
man, I didn't think about
right?
that.
So let's talk about layers real quick, right? We've already talked about the
This is
speed
why you're
stats.
here. This
Yeah.
is why you're here.
So now look, they haven't said any of that. I want to be very
No,
clear.
they haven't. No, they haven't.
Right.
But this is very interesting. It's fine.
But
This is
it's
what I do. Speculation.
right.
Wild
And so
speculation. I love it.
and I haven't heard anybody talk about that kind of thing yet, but it's very possible. It's very possible that just based on those little things, you have to kind of try to gather what they're inferring, right, from what they're giving you in those trailers and those presentations. And it's just a question, right? I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything for sure, but I have to ask, what's up with that? And will there be a whole other level of customization, if with this mechanic? So, anyway,
So
I
I think you're onto something. Like, why would the trainer? What is the point of them taking damage if there's not some type of system that goes along with that? It doesn't make
Yeah.
much sense. Like, what, you're just gonna take? You have just a think about how lame this could be, because it could be. What if you do take damage and you just literally have like a generic health bar, and then when it's down, you have to go back to like whatever place you were at. They just send you back, like, just generic. Nothing can be changed. Doesn't affect anything else. That would kind of suck.
Yeah, in all honesty, that would be pretty lame, right?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. They'll take it to some level. I don't know if they'll take it to some level, but that's why I say it's important to temper your expectations. I've learned to do that as a Pokemon fan, right? They will do something with it, whether or not it's what I want from it. We'll see. There's only one way to know, but that's the only thing you can really do with this game is temper your expectations. I doubt that we'll see some kind of Breath of the Wild equivalent, but what I think we are going to see is something that changes Pokemon from now going forward. And so I think they're more known to take incremental steps than they are to make big sweeping changes.
I think right here we have the realist, we have the pessimist, and we have the optimist. So Drip would be the guy who's like, yeah, like, this is what we got. Me, he's like, nah, this is gonna be terrible. It's overhyping it. And you're like over here like, yeah, man, I'm in reality. And I do this all the time.
I think you're 100% right about
the
that.
three of us right now
think,
are perfect for what we're doing right now.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. But I'll tell you this. I think this is a great place to end this conversation and start this game.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
let's do it.
Let's see what Big Oof has. Let's see what he's got.
Woo.
Where are the questions at? Where do we need to get them at?
I mean, you told me not to pull it up on stream, so I can just.
Yeah, you don't have to. If you got them,
I got them.
You're ready. Okay, so let me explain this. Now, these questions are supposedly very, very difficult Pokemon questions. Now, I haven't seen all of them, but I will tell you the ones I looked at, I didn't know the answer to, which isn't really surprising because I probably don't know the answer to the simple ones. But we were trying to figure out some game that we could put him in, and this is the best I could find. So let's see. How do you think you're gonna do on these? How do you honestly think you're gonna do? Are you worried?
I'm a little worried, to be honest. I'm a little worried.
Good. That's
We'll
good.
See what happens. Yeah.
All right, Geeb. Go for it, man. Throw it out there.
I'm just gonna go for it. Looks like there's 15 questions right here from the link that you sent me, so I'm just gonna start from number 1. What species is Zapdos? And there is multiple choice if you need it. A, electric, B, psychic, C, bug, or D, rock?
Electric.
I think that is incredibly obvious. Do you know what's the name of it again? Zapdos?
Zapdos.
Wow,
Yes.
no, that's water. No. And there's a picture too, and the stream can't see it.
Okay, is he right?
Yeah, here's the thing. I clicked on it and it doesn't tell me yes or no. I'm not an expert, but I think he's right. Yes,
Okay,
he's right.
but we'll get his score at the end of this.
I assume so. We'll find out.
Okay, good.
He's right.
Maybe we should put
that's
this on
correct.
screen.
That is the correct answer. It is.
Maybe we should put this on screen.
100%. Number 2 out of 15. How many types of Pokemon are there? 4, 12, 18, or 21? Get off your phone. Don't Google it. I'm just kidding.
Let's see. Can I hear the answers one more time?
Yeah.
This is something I actually don't know.
4. How many types of Pokemon? 4, 12, 18, or 21?
There are 18 different kinds of Pokemon.
Okay, that's what I clicked. Next question. Who's number 1 on the Pokedex? Ivysaur, Venusaur, Bulbasaur, or Pikachu? So help me God.
Bulbasaur.
Yeah, so advanced. Which of the following is the ability of Pebbalosa? He's not one of the top 152, so I don't know who he is. Natural Cure, Gluttony, Speed Boost, or Sturdy?
Okay, I'm gonna need you to read that name again because
Sure.
I don't know what that Pokemon is.
Pebbalosa. Sorry, that was weird.
Can you put it up on the screen?
Yeah, I
get
can.
it up on the screen, G?
I can. I adjusted it so I wasn't going to, but I can.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Yeah, that's probably better if we have it up on the screen.
Pebbalosa.
That's not a Pokemon. That's not a Pokemon.
I don't know what to tell you. It is what it is. I would guess for you if you want because I have a guess.
What were the answers? Because that's legitimately not a Pokemon.
Natural.
For real?
Yes, for real. That's not a Pokemon.
Oh my God.
Natural Cure, Gluttony, Speed Boost, or Sturdy?
So what was the question again?
Which of the following is a? Oh, this is a typo. It's not good English. We're sniffing
That's
something
not-
stinky right now. Which of the following
promise
is
you.
ability of Pebbalosa?
I'm just gonna guess because legitimately, guys,
Yeah.
that's not a real that's not a real
Oh
Pokemon.
my God. Are you sure?
Drip, what have you done to
God.
us?
Dude,
I didn't
100
listen, man. It said it was tough questions. I was like, this
It's
is
not.
it. Tough questions.
It's not like I said. I know 10% of all Pokemon,
Yeah,
and
I
so
mean, I've never seen
so
that.
far
I
I've
can
gotten
say I've
most of
never
these
seen
right.
that.
That's legitimately not a Pokemon.
I'm gonna
But
guess
I'll-
you're gonna say Sturdy, right? Because Pebbalosa.
He looks sturdy. He's got
Well,
rocks.
Well, we'll go with Sturdy because that's a pretty common rock type. But
Yeah.
that legitimately is not a Pokemon.
Right. He's sturdy.
Someone
He
Google
looks
it.
sturdy.
Which of these is not an attack by Pikachu? Static Flail, Thunderbolt, Quick Attack, Tail Whip. Know the answer?
Static Flail.
Yeah, that's right. How many Pokemon are there in total? Over 800, over 800, and they keep adding more. 469. Yeah. 1,200. Less than every year. The flip does that
So
even
we're gonna
mean?
say over 800, and they keep adding more.
Yeah. What you're a freaking genius over there. And that's not an attack of you. What Pokemon is this? Come on.
Dude, this is literally the
What
pre-evolution
is
of my favorite
this?
Pokemon.
What is this game? I'm not
It's gonna
hovering.
be good, man.
I'm
Clearly it's
tell me
not.
the end. I don't need to read these. What is this?
This is War Turtle.
Are you sure it's not war
Yeah, it's
war?
Turtle.
Well, actually, the spelling. Wait, hold on. Okay, you sure it's not the misspelling of turtle?
No, it's not.
Okay,
I have failed you. I have failed you.
Okay.
actually, which one is? Actually, I don't know which spelling it is.
That's
Turtle?
that is
Correct.
Tortle.
So it's
So
oh.
WARTORTLE.
Okay,
War
thank you.
Tortle.
I wasn't sure actually.
I
Oh
think
my
that's
god,
an ad.
get out of here. Complete this line from the original Pokemon show. Oh my god! Team Rocket are allergic to dairy. Team Rocket are blasting off yet another episode. Team Rocket are 2 humans and a Pokemon. Team Rocket are blasting off again.
Okay, listen.
Which one is it?
To be fair, I don't know the answer to any of these.
Are you kidding me?
No, I don't know that. Why would I know that? I never watched the show.
Thanks for listening to the podcast, everybody. Oh my god.
Now, listen, I don't know. So, which one is it?
They're blasting off again.
Are you sure it's not allergic to dairy?
You know,
Are you sure?
Meowth might be a little lactose intolerant, but
Oh my god. I'm dying. I'm actually dying. What Pokemon is this?
Hold on, you missed one. You missed one.
No, I didn't.
No, you didn't. Sorry.
What Pokemon is this? Nidoqueen, Nidorina, Nidoking, Clefable.
Dino Mouse.
that's
Final answer.
Yeah. Yep. I'm an expert at Pokemon, which that's a shame. Kakuna uses a fire attack. True or false?
False.
Really? I'm shocked. Which of these Pokemon types?
I would have said true.
Oh my god! Which of these Pokemon types is Pikachu's strongest attack? Sorry, strongest against. I'm done. I'm already done. Electric, water, grass, dragon.
Water. Is it water?
It's water.
Yeah, it's water.
Bro,
Let's
you're a
go.
pro.
Oh my god. Which is a we should have Drip play this game.
We should have actually.
You okay? Are you okay with that, Bagoof? We just switch it up real quick midway through the thing.
Yeah, if you want.
You can play. I mean, we'll play.
Really?
We're all gonna play along here, but Drip's the one who has to
yeah.
answer.
I'll answer after Drip. How about
Yeah. Go for it. Okay.
all
So
right.
Drip, because apparently you've been under a rock for 25 years. This is
We're playing Zelda, man. Okay.
This is not a 152 Pokemon, so I don't know how to even say it. It's a Whirlipede. This is a Whirlipede. What kind of attack does it have? Psychic, poison, electric, fire. This one I wouldn't know. I'd be guessing as
Hang
well.
on. What? Tell me him again.
The attacks: psychic, poison, electric, or fire.
Well,
You can phone a friend.
You can phone a friend. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go ahead by process of elimination here. I don't think it's fire. It doesn't look like the fire breathing type to me.
Okay.
Give me the other ones again.
Psychic, poison, electric.
I'm gonna go with psychic.
I would go with poison. That'd be my guess because I don't know the answer to this. What is the answer?
Poison.
Okay. Because it's got pointy things. It pokes things.
All right. Okay.
Which of these is not a kind of Pokemon? Grass, ice, ghost, steam.
Steam.
Yeah.
You kidding me?
Oh,
You don't know Steamo?
That's a dolphin.
You don't know
That's a dolphin.
You don't know Steamo, the
dolphin.
Pokemon Steamo?
It's a dolphin. Do you get it? Because it's got dual
Yeah.
fins, but it kind of sounds like dolphin.
You had a different name. What was the other name in the
No, I called it dolphin.
I thought there was
That's
another
a
one. you
dolphin.
used. I
Is
thought
that
there
one of
totally
the
a dolphin.
answers? Is that one of the answers?
No,
It
it's not.
is because that's the right answer.
What is the name of the largest Pokemon ever discovered? Whale
Dolphin.
Lord, Whale
Final
Mer,
answer.
Whale King, or Whale
Wait,
Rex?
Are these the actual names? Hold on. What are they? What is it?
Whale Lord, Whale Mer, Whale King, or Whale Rex? What's this
It's this-
Pokemon? It's
It's got to be
Pikachu!
the second one. It's the second one.
Whalmer, I think you're right.
It's got to be.
Voltorb uses an electric attack. True or false? If you say false, I'm gonna drive to West Virginia and slap you.
Well, I know now.
Are you Voltorb?
But the question is what would you have said?
I didn't even listen to his name. I was just looking at his body, and I would have said no. I would have said he opens up and traps Pokemon inside of himself.
Is this the day that Geeb quits the podcast? I think so.
That's what I would have said. I was like, that guy clearly opens up like Pac-Man and just eats other Pokemon because he looks like a Pokeball. And that's what Pokeballs do.
Voltorb. Volt.
Didn't listen to that part, brother. Didn't listen. I was looking right.
So
at the
we
picture trying to
got a
figure it out.
13 out of 15. Let's obviously we got this wrong. It's a Whalmer. Oh wait, I clicked.
No.
Oh no, it's
that's
Whale
Whale
Lord. Okay.
That's way
It's
lower.
called Whale Lord because that's what I
Yes.
wanted to go with.
I
and
thought it
like,
was
no
Whale
way.
Mers. I
That's
would have
way
got
too cool.
Yeah, I would have got that wrong too. All these are correct.
Okay.
All these.
All
Which
right.
one? What's the other one we get wrong? There's one more we got wrong. We do. Oh, this one, the one that's not actually a Pokemon.
But it's not a Pokemon. Yeah. How was I
Gluttony.
supposed to know?
Gluttony.
Gluttony. I don't even know what that thing is.
What's the definition
That-
of gluttony? Is that a
It's
word?
kind of cool though. I would like
That's
to
a
see what
rock.
it evolves
That's a rock,
into.
Chauncey.
That's a
Clearly.
rock, Chauncey. That's right.
A rock Chauncey.
I
100%
should
a
have
rock, Chauncey.
pre-looked at this game because,
Yeah, you should have. I sent it to you for that reason.
well, I kind of
Okay,
did
come
look at
on.
it.
Let's finish it up. Let's finish it up.
It's done.
We're almost done.
It's
Game's
done.
over.
Oh, it's done.
Yeah, it's
How many we get right?
13 out of 15. That's why I went back to let's
Oh.
see which one we got wrong and right.
I thought you. Oh, I thought you meant we were on question 13 of 15.
No.
Makes more sense.
We could
now.
retake the. Do you want to retake the quiz?
I would rather not.
You'd rather not? Oh yeah. That was an abomination of a
You know what that is?
incredibly hard content or a.
That is a big oof, my dude.
Oh,
1000%. 1000%. You know what? I take full
Oh.
responsibility. Hey guys, they were hard for me. I'll tell you that.
Is that
I was-
saying? Is that
I was
saying
having
something?
big trouble with them. But I mean, hey, listen. You know, you live and you learn. We'll try again next time. But I
Yeah.
think this is the end of
Yeah.
the podcast.
This is where we let
Uh,
Bagoof promote whatever he wants to promote once again, and
yes,
and
Twitch.
whatever you
Tell them
want.
where they can
The
find
floor
you.
is yours for as long as you want.
Okay, so really, I've got my name locked down on social media all over the place. But the main place you can find me and the main place I'm doing most of my stuff right now is Twitch. So I would appreciate just to follow on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/bigoof_madude, and Madude is spelled MUHDOOD. And then other than that, you can just follow me on Twitter for my go lives. If you are interested in following me on YouTube and stuff like that, I do have a YouTube under the same name. There's nothing on there right now. I do have plans to get some stuff up there in the future, but there's nothing up there right now. So Twitch is my main jam right now. That's kind of where I'm doing most of my stuff. Currently playing Pokemon like we talked about. I'll be trying to do some viewer battles and that kind of thing. So yeah, it's a good time. We're doing some Pokemon. And that's what we'll be doing going forward for a little bit.
And links will be in the
Oh, yeah.
description. Obviously, guys, you want to go very far, just look down. If you're in the podcast app,
Yeah, I
go
just
ahead.
tried to put it in the chat, but I don't think it's a clickable link. I tried.
It's fine. We'll chat. Just stick around. We're going to be chit-chatting anyway, so we'll get those links to you. And also, podcast listeners, you guys just however you use your app, every app does it differently, but go ahead and wherever you find your links in your podcast description, there'll be a link for Bigoof, BIGOOF_MUHDOOD. So
Don't forget the H.
I didn't forget the
Yeah.
H.
All
Well,
right.
guys, that's going to wrap up today's podcast. For those of you in the stream, we're not done. Just stick around, and we'll get to your super chats in just a second. For those of you listening, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Don't forget to follow the Drip and Jeeb YouTube channel for the video format of this podcast, and make sure to tune in every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Central Time for the stream. You can check me, Uncle Geeb, out on Twitch. You could just search Uncle Geeb in Twitch, and go ahead and check out Drip Media Gaming under the Drip name Drip Media. And also, guys, special thanks to Bagoof, my dude. Well, I'll never say your name
Yes.
right, but thank you so much for
Thank
hanging
you
out
very
with us.
much.
This was
Yes.
enlightening on Pokemon, and
It was.
yeah, and it was awesome. To
Now I
hang
know
out
all
with
the
you.
websites. I'm gonna
Guys,
be a
if
master.
you don't go follow him right now, I'll be very upset. And also, just a special thank you to patrons and Drip's YouTube members as well. You guys make the world go round. This is awesome. We couldn't do this without you guys. Appreciate you guys, and thank you so much for listening. And we will catch you guys next week.
Peace. Okay. Stop recording.
Oh yeah, do that thing.
Done.
2 hours.
What's up, chat? I know, Samantha. Listen, I know I fucked up, okay? I know. The quiz was terrible, all right?
I gotta
I'm very
pee
aware
so
of it.
bad. I'm just gonna go pee.
Go pee. Yes, it was bad. Listen, it said it was hard. So I found a few. The first one was just like, literally the first question was like, what does Pikachu evolve into? And I was like, I
That's
know what
not-
that is.
yeah.
I'm not gonna put this garbage question. Like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I thought these would be better. The first couple, I was like, well, I don't know these. So clearly you knew, but
I just like how there's the one that's not a Pokemon, and you guys are like, "Are you sure?"
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm pretty sure.
I'm sure. Why? Why is that even I have no idea why they would even do that. Why would they put that in there? Like
I
just
mean,
a
it's all
fake
good.
one.
Yeah,
It's
I mean, so
crazy.
the thing about that is there's a lot of like ROM hacks that people do, and they make their own Pokemon games, and they'll inject their own Pokemon into like older games.
So
So
whoever made this saw that and was like,
it could have been, yeah.
something somebody made. Wow, that's crazy. Lone Wolf in the chat. What's up?
Lone Wolf. What's up,
Guys,
dude?
listen, seriously, make sure you stick around Discord. Are we doing Geeb Night?
Fuck yeah, we're doing. Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay,
This
Geeb Night
this
is
your
coming up
YouTube.
like, right
Hell
now.
yeah, we're doing Geeb Night. And I
It's 10.
have a question,
Were
guys.
there any super chats? I don't think there was. I didn't even tell people to do super chats.
I have a question for the two of you guys. We could do Geeb Night, but do you guys want to take this party over to Twitch and just chit chat some more, like just like this, over Twitch?
Yeah, on yours.
Because I got more questions for Bagoof that we didn't get to. Because
Yeah.
I'm interested in you as a dude, my dude.
Yes, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
All right, listen, guys. Here's what we're gonna do. We are going to move over. Wait. First, put his link.
Oh
in
yeah,
this
I was getting
chat right
I was
now
getting
first, so we can get that because I put it in there, but it wasn't a clickable link. So you know how it
yeah.
goes. You have to put the http://
Do you? Okay. Did you
think you
text
do,
me
yeah.
last night? Name? Bagoof. Can't
I
say
think-
it.
I
I
think-
can't say it.
Oh, do you want me to give you the link? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
I-
like because I for some reason I'm having trouble getting links off of Twitch because it gives me a weird link that it's not the right, like on my phone
Let me see.
specifically. I could do it on my.
Let me see.
I can do it.
No, I
So
can do
my
my
phone
com-
is my camera.
No,
my
no,
phone is
you're
my
good. You're
camera
good. You know
still.
what? I got it. I'm handling it. We're good.
Well,
Don't nobody do
I can pull
anything.
it up on my. I can pull it up on my computer.
I can use
here.
my computer now because we're not using it to. I mean, I'm still using the stream, but big oof.
Appreciate you guys having me though, man.
Dude.
It's been
Dude.
fun.
Thank you so much for
I
coming.
think I told you this. I think when did I tell you that one night when we were on Discord? I was like, be
Yeah.
prepared because this is gonna happen as soon
Yeah.
as we get some news. And then we got this. I was like, oh yeah. Nah, I told Geeb, I was like, we gotta have him on. Geeb
I
was like,
appreciate it.
absolutely. Well,
Sweet.
I mean, what are we gonna do? We're gonna sit here and talk about Pokemon, act like we know what we're talking about? No. Yeah, actually, yeah. That's exactly what we would have done. But this was way better content for sure. Way better. I'm sure
absolutely.
everyone here agrees as well.
So I gotta
There it
add
is. Megaboyd's
HT.
got it in there.
Oh,
Megaboyd's
you
got it in the
beat
chat.
me to it. Beat me to it.
He did.
Thank
Thank
you,
you, Megaboyd. Okay, so guys, listen. Make sure you click that. Go
Right now.
follow
Right now.
Do it right now. And while you guys are doing that, we're gonna go. And we will meet you over on Geeb's
We got that link in the chat.
Twitch. No.
Of course, no one thinks about old Uncle Geeb. No one likes.
I'll
Uncle
wait
Geeb.
till that one comes. Somebody will put that one in there too. But we're gonna move over there because it's Geeb night. We're gonna play a game. What game are we gonna play?
I'm thinking Mario Golf, but we'll let the chat decide.
Dun, 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 dun. Okay. We could play some Papa's Quiz.
Ooh, I like Papa's Quiz. You want to know what's funny about Papa's Quiz?
What?
Was I jumped into your stream after the fact before I knew where to find it, and I bought the game on Switch.
Oh, it's only $10, and honestly,
is.
dude,
Yep.
I think it's well worth it. Because
I do
I was
too.
talking to Switch Corner about it today, about playing the game last night. He was like, "Yeah, that was good." I was like, but he
fun.
started looking at it. He was like, "Oh, it's only $10." I was like, "Shit,
Yep.
well worth it.
Yep.
Well worth it." All right, there's Geeb's link, guys. We're gonna shut this down. Give us like 2, 3, 4, 5, a few minutes.
Yeah, I have to sign back
And
into Twitch.
we will be over there. We'll see you guys over there. Goodbye. Geeb, I can't do this myself.